everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the almost midweek live stream. I know, it's a day early. Hi, everybody. How's it going? We'll go. So, y'all, surprise, surprise. Because I wanted to live stream, of course, on a Wednesday. And I've been reading the chats. A lot of you are like, wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Is today Wednesday or is today? Well, we'll go. Or is it Tuesday? So I have a prior engagement. I have something that I got to do tomorrow. So I thought to myself, before we skip a live stream, let's just prepone it. Let's just do it before. You know what I mean? Early bird catches the worm, darling. Hi, Krabibuzagi. Hi, Pau, ASMR, Natalie Dietz, Gloria Retinos, Kev, Ollie, T-Pal, Patricia, Casey, Letty, The Nectarine Man, Miss Jelly, Zara Justina, Amy Carmen, Don Donuts, Kev, again, I see that. Happy Life, 5 Foot Nothing, and Andrea Myers in the Hoos. Who else is there? Oh my gosh. Al Mansuri, Kendall Armstrong, Monarch, Kristen Penta, Kuro, Natasha B, Eva Treese, Linda S. Tick Complex, Katie, Stephanie. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Every day Saturday. I know. At this point, it's like I don't even know what's going on in our lives. So, hi, Anderson Martins. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Yes, we have a show. Hey, Stephanie Jackson. Hey, Miss B. Who said in the waiting room, somebody's like, oh, it's giving IKEA vibes. How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Who said that the intro is giving? Because if it's giving IKEA vibes, we're going to have to change it, honey. Change it immediately. David Allen Green, thank you. Nice surprise to see you. Thank you. Hi, Jackie Biz or Bits. Katana, surprised there wasn't one yesterday. Wait, yesterday was Monday. 120 here. No notice, Dacob. Please like the video. Oh, yes. Thank you, Patricia. So, thank you, Don Donuts. You love the shirt. Thank you. Heartbreak Hotel. How's it going? Thumb up the live stream, you guys, because, you know, we always have a ton of people watching, but we're kind of lazy with the thumbs. I know some of you are watching from the TV and it's kind of hard to do whatever you got to do to thumb up, but it means the world to me, and it doesn't cost you nothing to thumb up a video or to thumb up the live stream, but it does help a lot with the YouTube algorithm, which, as you all know, it's a tough cookie. The YouTube algorithm does not always work in our favor. So, I know, Kev, some of us got thumbs on other things. Yes. And what might those things be? Now, I want to say, get your minds out of the gutter. The thumb is maybe on candy, chocolates, chips, snacks, little crisps, little things, knickknacks, darling, little tiny knickknacks, chips, yeah, chips, yes, on the beer, T-Pal, exactly, yeah, the thumb is in a donut. That's right, Gloria. You know where it's at. Cinnamon Rose said, do you feel better? I can tell you lost a bit of weight. I did lose a bit of weight. I'm eating minimal, like I'm eating, but I'm eating, I don't know, my body just after surgery requires, it's telling me what it wants and I'm just going with it. I'm eating the same food every day. Like my body's just craving that same thing. The Swedish köttbullar, but vegetarian. Since my surgery, I cannot see red meat anymore. It just, something clicked. I don't know. I cannot. I'm like, red meat. Chicken, borderline. Even though even chicken tastes weird to me now. But I can do chicken, right? But meat, I can't do. But I do mashed potatoes every day. I do very, very light pickled salad, like Swedish style. So they're not very salty and acidy. They're very, very mild, like a pickle salad with a bit of onion. Yeah, talking about IKEA, I'm on a Kotbular diet, can you believe? And then the Kotbular, Joan Rivers, and the Kotbulars are vegetarian, so they're like a mix of different. So this place also sells the meat version, and they also sell a vegan version of the meat of the balls, but I do the veggie instead of the vegan. I don't do meat and I don't do vegan, so I do the vegetarian version, which I think tastes really, really good. And yeah, the mashed potatoes are very well done. And then there's the lingonberries on top, which create that nice little acidity. It rounds it all up. It gives the mashed potatoes a really good flavor because they're a little bit, the lingonberries are a little bit acidy. The potato is kind of flat. And when you mix the two together, oof, it's so good. And plus with the little... So that's what I've been eating. I know, right? The new Swedish lifestyle is very becoming, Kev. You're looking extra pretty today. Oh, thank you, matey. But Paige, hi, Paige. Hello, D and fam. So happy to catch you all on this rainy, perfect Tuesday. Well, there you go. Happy rainy Tuesday. My ex had veggie balls. Oh, Patricia. Hey, Amy. Lingonberries are delicious, right? So basically, that's kind of the only thing my body is craving, and it's kind of, my body can digest it very well. So, no problems in that department. And then that's kind of really good. And also giving my body a very, very soothing routine is kind of good for it. I feel like my body is very thankful that it's receiving the same sustenance every day, more or less the same time. And the stomach can easily digest. It's really good for me at the moment. Okay. And actually, I have one prepared for later, for after the stream, believe it or not. There's a bit of green in here. You won't be able... Well, this one got a little bit cold, but I can heat it up again later. So today I'm going to have 2 of these. So I had one and I'm going to have another one, right? This is how it looks like. Oh, you can see with the green. There you go. Look at my little lingonberries, mashed potatoes, the Kotbular veggie pellets, and the very, very light pickles. But it's not from IKEA. Okay, we'll go. But so really, really delicious. And yeah. And the only dessert I do, well, for Easter, I had an Easter bunny. Okay. Chocolate Easter bunny. We ate that live on camera. But for like every day now, I do milk rice. Either plain or with a bit of cinnamon. A little bit of cinnamon. Oh, 5 foot nothing. Thank you so much, sweetie.
5FD nothing donated $50. A small contribution to your medical bill. I hope you're continuing to feel better.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Very kind of you. 5 foot nothing sent a super chat a bit earlier, but we're playing it now to honor 5 foot nothing. So thank you so much, sweetie. Just a tip of 5 foot nothing. Hit it, Bubbles. Oh, how fabulous. Thank you so much, sweetie. Ollie says, my corgi just caught a bunny in the backyard. Oh, well, that Easter ended on a sour note for that little rabbit. Hey, Luis Protasium. So, hi, Johnny. Hey, Corey Emerson. Hey, Melissa. I'm eating instant noodles. I love the flavor of those, but, they're not the healthiest, allegedly. Of course, everything I say in this live stream is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged, just my opinion. So we'll go. And we have some shade to throw at fashion brands, my ideas. Yes, we do. In fact, today we're going to talk about, let's see. We're going to talk about Luigi Vuitton, eh? Yeah, we're going to do Louis Vuitton. We are going to talk about some French brands and not French brands. Like, for example, Moncler. Ever heard of Moncler? Of course you did. course you did.
Yes.
And then we're going to talk about that ever-growing trend. The retaliation of the aspirational customer, that is we. Yes, it's a revolution. And we're also going to talk about where we're at currently within luxury fashion or luxury in general, given the strategies, the marketing strategies that the luxury brands have been employing against us, aspirational customers. It's going to be very juicy. Kev says, I heard there's news about the Hermes coercion. Kev, a little birdie told you something, huh? About the Hermes lawsuit? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hey, Kendall Armstrong, I missed that you had surgery, but if you look 15 years younger, so it was a success. No. Oh, you think I did beauty surgery? No, I did not. But thank you. I guess it's all about the makeup and the lighting, you guys, and the food, or lack thereof. Hi, Jedi Monkey. Oh, Gloria Martinez is like, get Kev on the phone, spill the beans. What happened? Crybaby Zaki says, I saw a TikTok from a former Hermes sales associate who confirmed there's always Birkins and Kellys available in the stockroom. Well, I've heard that rumor as well. Dacob, darling, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Hi, Renee. I'm feeling better. You know, I'm moving slowly. I'm recovering. My wounds are healing. You know, pain comes and goes. Surgery. Who knew? Okay. Who knew that anesthesia would be so messy? You know, I thought like in the movies, you know, you go under, they operate you, you wake up. Depending on which sort of anesthesia they gave you, you might barf or not. You're a bit dizzy, you're confusion, and then a day later, we'll go. You know what I mean? Like then, you know, anesthesia is gone. No, honey. Ha! Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Because boy, was I wrong. Now I'm like, what am I now? 2 weeks in my surgery after well, almost 2 weeks. And, oh, Melissa, thank you for becoming a Tier 1 member, Melissa. Thank you, sweetie. Angelica Bonilla. Hi, sweetie. Hi, I'm a new follower. Love your content. Thank you so much, Angelica. Thank you, sweetie. Welcome to the live chats. And so this is what happened to me. I don't know what that means. What? No, that's fine. So, oh, Melissa gifted 5 Super Dacob memberships. Cinnamon Roll was gifted a membership by Melissa B. Luxury. Johnny was gifted a membership by Melissa B. Luxury. Katie was gifted a membership by Melissa B. Luxury. A1H was gifted a membership by Melissa B. Luxury. And Aperol Spritz was gifted a membership by Melissa B. Luxury. Thank you so much, Melissa, for gifting the memberships, and welcome to all the new Tier 1 members. Don't forget that this coming Saturday is the first Saturday of the month, meaning that the pre-show is open to Tier 1 members as well as Tier 1 patrons, on top of always being open for Tier 2 members and patrons. So be sure to tune in. Thank you, Melissa. Renee says, yeah, it's rough. I'm a nurse, so I've seen... it's no joke. I hope you continue to heal. Okay, so Renee, so this is what happens, right? So, of course, the next day, I was lucky I did not get the barfing stuff. But for a whole week or longer after the anesthesia, I kept getting, like, at the same time of when my surgery began, like the time in which I got the anesthesia, like my body got such a shock from it, and my brain and my head, so that every day at the same hour, I would get a terrible headache for like a week. It was really scary. nobody prepared me for that. Nobody told me that that could be a consequence of anesthesia. So yeah, I had to take like painkillers every day. And then, you know, I knew that the next day after surgery, they would like try to make you go to pee and all that stuff to empty the bladder from all the toxins of the anesthesia, you know, and then it's kind of difficult because the bladder is still asleep. And then your tummy also has to wake up because the stomach is also completely asleep. Like after you've woken up, the stomach is still kind of shocked and paralyzed for another 2 or 3 days before you can poop. You know, there's a lot of these things. And then like collateral pain that happens elsewhere. Like, for example, I have this really weird pain now here between my, so not on my heart area. The heart is here. Okay. This is the other side. And it's like a muscle strain right here. It's like, it's above the nipple. It's on the breast and it kind of goes a little bit towards the armpit. And I feel it when I press there. It's like a cramp, you know, it hurts. Like if I kind of pull, it's like, oh, it's so painful. And Corey says, yeah, that's the gas they use to pump up your abdomen. Right. But it came like 1 week later. And I thought that that gas would be in the shoulders, not in the chest area. But, oh man, Johnny, I worked 15 years in post-surgery unit, feeling the sorrow. Thank you, Johnny. But I gotta say, I'm very happy. Oh, hi, V-Sense. How's it going? I read your IKEA comment. Shady. But so I thought that I was going to get like potentially the pain from all the gas because friends of mine who also went through surgery, they also said, Dacob, sometimes the gas, like that they pump you up to, you know, lift you if they're operating some, it kind of, they squish it all out, but some gas remains. And if it kind of travels upwards, you can get real big, like major pain in your shoulders. Corey says, I can show up anytime up to 3 weeks post. Oh, it can show up anytime up to 3 weeks post OP. Okay, thank you, Corey, so much. So you see, this is kind of stuff, and I'm the type of person, I Google up on everything, but I really did not want to Google all my issues because you know how it is when you start Googling diseases, like you just get the worst results. Like after you try to self-diagnose yourself on Google, like every time I try to do that, I think like, okay, it's over. I'm going to be unalived by tomorrow. Life has no meaning. Everything is terrible. So I really try to avoid doing Google searches, like for real. We got almost 300 people watching. We got only 113 likes. Come on, let's get to 200 likes. And we got some shady talk to do. So please thumb up the live stream if you're enjoying it. And so, hey, Seth Balgrice. Yeah, I caught you live. Hey, sweetie. Hi, Marina. Oh, nice surprise to see you too, sweetie. Hi, happy life. And Amy says, gas pain is awful. The body takes a while to expel it. I would jump up and down to move the bubbles. I don't know what this is, you guys, because it's okay. So maybe, has anybody had this before? So basically it's in this area. And if I press it, it hurts. But like certain movements when I make them, it feels almost like, not like a cramp, but it's like somebody pokes you. It's like somebody took a pointy object and like just poked you into your nerve, you know, just like you get these like kind of lightning pokes. Oh my God. It's so, but only in some positions, right? And it's on this side. And I thought at the beginning, oh, maybe I strained my muscle or something because with all the wounds I'm having, sometimes it's hard for me to get up and I'm like kind of using my arms and my shoulders to lift myself up sometimes. But then I thought to myself, no, this doesn't feel like a clammy muscle, you know? Oh, Amy says, yes, that is the gas. Oh, okay. It's muscular if it hurt when you move. Grass, you see, it hurts when I press it. And then there's one particular position in which it hurts, but like now it's relatively okay. Usually in the morning when I wake up, there's like this, when I kind of lift myself up out of bed, there's this one position I make when my shoulder's a little bit more down. And then when I kind of shift the shoulder, it does this, oh, but then I can kind of coordinate it. Like now it doesn't hurt when I do my movements, it's just one particular angle. So I don't know, you guys, but so this was my first anesthesia. So I hope you're not all kind of disgusted by me sharing this. But I thought maybe it's interesting for other people to hear this as well, because yeah, like Corey said, I mean, if these symptoms can appear up to 3 weeks after surgery, then this might be the gas that's kind of here at the moment. And it's such an annoying pain. It's like somebody's like stabbing you every time, right? Melissa says they can pull you around a little too, so it could be muscular. Yeah, I'm sure they did something, because I mean, when I was under, right, they intubated me, and my throat, I mean, my voice was not so good for the first 5-6 days. It was very weak. They kind of really scraped my entire throat. And then while they were pulling that out, they hurt my lip inside. So I had like a big wound inside the lip, but that's thankfully healing now. It doesn't hurt anymore when I eat. Yeah, collateral damage. And I mean, this is all stuff that's whatever. I can take that into account and just live with it. You know what I mean? The lips healed. The voice, the vocal cords. I mean, I'll be, I'm hoping to be back in like, as much energy, like back to my energetic self, like pre-surgery, right? It's going to take a little while. So I'm so glad that you guys are patient with me, because I mean, I have to be a little bit slower than I usually am. Like, it's part of the healing process. So bear with me. And hi, Claudia von Bonilla. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Dacob, I hope you feel better soon. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being with me, Claudia. Thank you. And so Elias says, no, not disgusted. Had the worst shakes after my C-section. It'll go away soon. You should feel normal soon. Oh, thanks, Elia Mac. Yeah, I mean, like I said, every day it feels a little bit like better. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm more mobile, like I can do movements that I used to do before the surgery, like more and more, and yeah, the pain is a bit weird. It freaked me out, because at first, you guys, I kid you not, I thought, is this a heart attack? But then I'm like, well, hold on a minute. My heart is not here. It's there. And so, I'm like, wait, is my hand going numb? Like such a weird pain, but it's so like away from the heart, and it's so localized in this area that I thought to myself, okay, well, it's not a heart attack. So it has to be, it has to be something else, either connected to me clamming a muscle because I moved weirdly, or the gas from the surgery. Patricia says, stay out of the hospitals if you can. You end up with more problems when you get out, LOL. I mean, it does feel a little bit like, you take your car to the auto repair, and then they kind of fix one thing, but they break other 3 things. So you got to keep coming back for more. I was fearing that a little bit, but I got to say, I mean, I really had wonderful experience with the nurses and with the doctors and with my surgeon. They were very kind to me, and I don't, mistakes can be made, but I would wish to think that they did not do anything bad intentionally. You know what I mean? If something went wrong, things can always go wrong, but if something went wrong, I would wish to know that it went wrong because human error by accident, not because somebody maliciously wanted to do something wrong, Patricia, yeah, no, I'm not Googling everything. No, yeah, no. I relax and I give my body time to heal, and I try to sleep as much as I can. Sleeping rhythm is a bit off as well. Like, there are moments in the middle of the day, so bizarre. I get so tired, and I just like, I have to lay down, and I just like, but then like, it's only like a 1 hour nap or 30-minute nap. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay. I thought I was so tired I was going to sleep like 10 hours, but no. Interrupted sleep pattern. So I'm trying to give my body as much kind of discipline and routine as I can. So since the body's not sleeping regularly, I'm at least trying to give my body the same food every day to give it some sense of routine, you know, and then with these weird pains appearing and disappearing, it's like, we'll see. Melissa says, if something goes wrong, we always tell you. The good ones do for sure. Okay. Yeah, good to know. So yeah, no, my surgeon was like, no, it's all good. He's like, you're good. Surgery went fine. You're good. I'm like, okay. All right. Happy Life says, I had surgery for something 7 years ago and I woke up so sick from the anesthesia. I threw up for almost 2 days. It feels like the worst car sickness. Last year I had 2 big surgery and I was fine. So Happy Life. So I was told like that the gas anesthesia can be really nasty when it comes to barfing. But if they give you the injection anesthesia, that it's a little bit less gag inducing potentially. So I definitely told them like, please do not give me the gas anesthesia. And they didn't. So thankfully I did not puke, but the headaches, like who knew, you know, a whole week, every day, same time, like clockwork, the headache begins. Yeah, sounds awful. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Vicente. Yeah, no, it's been an experience, you know, healing day by day is very humbling, but also kind of, I don't know, you just reset your body, you know, you just kind of acknowledge the new limitations and you go with that. You go with the flow, with the limitations you've been given. And step by step, sometimes there are days you make baby steps. There are days you think you're going backwards. And then there are days when you feel like, oh, you made a whole step forward. Okay, good. And you just take it slowly, you know. Hey, Zeitgeist. Yes, this was my first surgery. Hey, Cinnamon Roll, good night. So that's that. Anyway, thumb up the live stream as we jump into the fashion shade of it all, darlings. Sweetie darlings. I want to talk to you about... Has Louis Vuitton gone too far? Well, let me freshen up the makeup. Put on your makeup before you break up, because you know it, because you show it. little song from my upcoming album. No FOMO ho. No mo FOMO ho. No mo FOMO. No mo FOMO. I know, Kev, still waiting for the Birkin song to be released. Ah, those were the days. We had fun. No mo FOMO ho. Right. Okay, let's do this. Listen, Linda. Has Louis Vuitton gone too far? Well, apparently so, according to TikToker Nick Thomas. He talks about a huge issue he's been having with a very pricey purchase from Louis Vuitton. I shall post a link to Nick Thomas down below, so go check out his TikTok. He is a TikTokian. And before we get to it, before we throw the shade that some products deserve, methinks, subscribe to my channel, push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Dacob spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the chats, come join the fun. Hello, co-chattors. So let me show you. So Nick purchased a a seasonal keepall from I think this latest collection, or was it like a collection prior? You never know with Louis Vuitton, because at this point, you guys, it's like they're launching new collections on a weekly basis. It is very, very H&M-y, very Zara-ian, dystopian Zara-esque type of situation. So, you know, we've seen the bags on the runway a couple of months ago. They're kind of metallic, and then they kind of fade into the monogram, from the metallic into the monogram. And on the runway, they looked much better than the final pieces. Well, let me show you a picture. Ta-da. It's like a little miniature, well, not really miniature. It's like a mini keepall. And it has this vibe to it, like a coating of metallic, whatever. It looks like Terminator is taking over the keepall. Now, already we've had issues with these bags because, well, first of all, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, okay? Not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. We'll go. But thumb up the video if you're enjoying it. But anyway, on the runway and in the showroom, as photographed, you know, right after the fashion show happened, a lot of people went backstage, and the next day in the showroom to photograph these bags. They were much better made, okay? This transition from the canvas to the metallic part, like, looked more organic. Something about it was just better. And then when the bags actually started hitting the sales floors, we got a very sobering awakening, because they were not the way that they were shown on the runway. They were cheapified. You know what I mean? They were made simpler. It was like, we'll go. So Nick Thomas bought one of these bags, which he adores. And I mean, hey, to each their own. And loves his bag. Okay, we'll go. But right after he started wearing it, similar to what happened to me with my Chanel 22 bag from the Métier d'Art 2022 collection, you remember, I bought the 22 medium in shiny calfskin, and 20 minutes into wearing my bag, it started peeling. The whole surface of the bag, the leather. Well, leather. Is it leather? We still don't know. Was it leather? We don't know, Linda. So there's that. Now, Nick Thomas made this video. Let me show you the next picture. So his handles here, you see how silver they are? See how metallic, silver, glossy they are, okay? Well, he started where, unless Thomas, Nick doesn't have acid hands, which I do not think he does, okay? What happened to his bag should not have happened. Let's check it out. So this is Nick. And Nick is showing as you can see, this this is how silver it's supposed to be, okay? Look at that. The silver finish is completely gone. Like, the handles are gray underneath. Like, the handles are literally gray underneath. All the color is gone. Okay, this is yet another chapter of luxury is dead. If this is not yet another of the many receipts that we're collecting throughout all of the videos that I'm posting on my channel talking about current state of affairs in luxury, if this ain't a receipt, I don't know what is. So Nick made several videos, but in this particular video, like updating about the situation with the bag, in this particular video, he said, you know, guys, all I did was hold the bag. And as I'm holding the bag and, you know, walking with it, the silver finish, the coating, the chroming, however you want to call it, the patenting, just sticks to the hand. I mean, this is poverty, okay? This is poverty, luxury poverty. Check this out. So Nick is showing us his thumb. And there you go. We were talking about what are we doing with our thumbs earlier on in this show. And now you know. This thumb got half of a keep-all handle attached to it. Is it toxic? What happens if you by accident, like, you don't see that all this color is stuck to your hand, and then, like, let's say he's in a car now. So let's say Nick is in a car and he's driving off to, let's say, meet a friend for lunch. And let's say he didn't notice that his fingers are covered with this silver paint. And let's say he didn't notice and he ate some food, and maybe they brought him a little breadlet with his food, and he, you know, with a breadlet, you take it with your hands. You don't just use a knife and fork. So he's touching it with the fingers that have the paint on it, and then he's ingesting it. So he's potentially ingesting the paint job from the handle. I mean, is that dangerous for your health? Could it be dangerous for your health? I'm asking myself. Like Kev's like slides off like butter. Like butter. Yeah, the color slides off like butter. But you guys, this is not even the worst part. Are you ready for like how bad? Okay, so are you ready to hear how this can get worse? I don't know if you're ready for this, because when I was watching the video, I was personally not ready. So he brings it back to Hermes. Ciao. He brings it back to Louis Vuitton, and he says, "You guys, like, what gives, you know?" And they're like, "Oh, so sorry, but we can send it off for repairs." Now, first red flag for me is if a bag is this poorly produced, you have to offer me a refund, because there's no repairing this. I mean, if you produced it so cheaply, what, you're going to exchange the handles and you're going to give me again the same ratchety handles that are going to peel off again? Like, no. So I don't know if they offered him a refund, but what he says in his video is that they offered him to send the bag for repairs into their atelier. So he said yes. They contact him, apparently later on, and they say, "Hey, Nick, listen, Linda, what will go if we alter the handles a little bit, make him a little bit more robust for you? Would that be okay with you?" And in his video, he says yes. Now, that's when you say no. You see, I would say no. You're not going to alter. No, you're going to get married at the altar, but you can't alter a piece. Anyway, well, sounds like the same word. So they're like, I would have told them, no, you're not going to change the original piece. Like, let's say one day I'm sick and tired of this bag and I want to, sell it on the pre-loved market. If you alter the bag, it's not going to be original anymore. It's going to have some alteration on it that is not from the catalog, that is not from the runway. So there's that to consider, you guys. If a brand like this tells you, hey, can we alter it in a way like no, nothing visible, I would always say no, but you do you. So he says, okay, we'll go. Alter the bag and fix it. The ratchetness. What Louis Vuitton did to that poor bag, I'm going to show you now. Like, so the bag came back, okay, and Nick was like, that's not my bag. Let me show you. He's like, you guys, okay, so they literally re-chromed they probably gave him new handles, right? They're fully chromed, and they added a monogram canvas. It looks like it's stitched, but at this point I think they glued it on. I don't know what they did. They added the canvas, monogram canvas right there. So they're like thinking, because if you're holding it like that, you're going to be holding the canvas and not the chrome, so it's not going to peel off again. T-Pal says it's a transformer bag. Oh dear, says Corey. This is trash. Because, first of all, I can tell you this, I have a ton of Louis Vuitton pieces and their canvas. Here's a Poche Toilette 15. When you hold this and touch it a lot, your own oils get into the, get in contact with the plasticky canvas that this thing is. And on one end, it keeps it flexible, but on the other, if it's in handle form, you will be sweating a lot on it. And I don't think that this canvas likes that a lot, to have kind of your oils and sweat, hold it like for an hour while you're walking through the city. It's different holding these pieces with your fingers moving around. You're never squishing them in one spot for too long. I think that this is not going to age well, personally, okay? Because if you keep sweating and holding one bit of canvas all the time and you don't and you don't let it go, it's not going to age well, in my humble opinion. But also, this is not the original state of the bag. I'm sorry, Louis, but it's like, what gives? So later on, Nick said that apparently they had a callback, or somebody said that they did have a callback for these bags because they were poorly produced. Now, I do not know if Nick returned his bag for repairs prior to the official recall. Hence, he did not get offered immediately a refund, because if the bags are being recalled, what they should do is offer you either a voucher or a refund. You know what I mean? He doesn't talk about refund in his video, so I don't know if they offered it to him and whether or not he declined. You know, maybe they told him, hey, sorry, these bags are sold out. We can't give you a new one. We can exchange the handles and make them more robust for you if you want. If you're really in love with the bag, you're going to have to keep this bag, you know, because they don't want to give you back the money. So I don't know what really went down in terms of them offering him a refund or not. But bottom line is this. This is the bag he got back after repairs. And it's, I mean, to me, it's not worth it anymore. It's like, it's not the original piece anymore, you know? Think about it. Like, you're always going to have trouble. If you want to resell this one day in the pre-loved market, everybody can Google how this bag looked like originally. They're going to know that it was completely silver. And now they're going to see these patches on it and they're going to think it's a fake. Very, 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 very shady and sketchy, in my humble opinion, of Louis Vuitton. Corey says not worth it anymore. Grant says, interesting. Honestly surprised that they would offer to customize it like that. I wonder if it's a local shop or France that did that. Who knows? I don't think it's a local shop, because I don't think they have the capacity of cutting canvas and sewing it on like that. I think this is really one of their factories that did this. I mean, it would appear to be, you know. That is a hot mess, says Corey. Andy says it's not acceptable. Crimson Mai says, now that is not even close to being the same bag. Oshidi says, refund, refund, refund. There you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. Thumb up this video if you enjoyed it. And this is yet another example of a receipt to add to our growing collection of receipts, showing us that luxury indeed is dead. Take care, subscribe, never go up on love. Bye. Well, what will go, will go. Tori, maybe it's a fake from China. I mean, he would go through a lot. I don't think it's a fake, because he would have had to purchase it without the handles, with the handle. I don't know. A Franken Louis. Yeah. Hey, Merch Helen, how's it going? Seriously, like, why do people even shop there anymore? This is Corey. Hey, Maison Mangold, how's it going? No, the fakes are made better. That's right. Maison Mangold. Well, we don't know. Allegedly everything. Obvi. So Kev was like pushing for this Hermes update, you guys. Kev says they gave him Pharrell's prototype from Canal Street. Oh my God, the shade. So Kev is like, give us an update on Hermes lawsuit. Give us an update on Hermes lawsuit. Thumb up the live stream. How about you thumb up the live stream? All things are alleged, not rooted in truth or facts. Everything is just my opinion. That's, you best believe. We got 169 likes, you guys. Let's get to 200 likes. Lesson to all, always say no and ask for a refund. Exactly, Natasha. Where possible, because the laws are different in different countries. But if a refund is an option, also ask, hey, this bag seems to have big issues. Is this bag on one of your recall lists? You know, sure, they could lie to your face, but usually when you're very specific and you ask, hey, is this bag on a recall list? Then they would, I would presume they would be a little bit serious about it and check in their system if indeed that bag is on the recall list. If it is on the recall list, then you got other options probably open to you, like, for example, a refund. Potentially, not guaranteed. Depends where you are purchasing. With Love says, my receipt is that I bought a mini heart bag from Chanel, wore it once to lunch, and look at it, and the leather is peeling, but it's been so long that I can't do anything. Really, I have the mini Chanel heart bag as well. The wallet on chain version from 2022, spring, summer. I have it in pink. Mine has not peeled yet, but I'm scared to look at it. Oh, thank you, Mazomangold. I like the necklace. Thank you, sweetie. Old school Chanel, baby. We got the dangly bits. Oh, what a deja vu. I thought I lived this once already. 180 likes. Let's get to 200 likes. You gotta be kidding me. Vicence just said, Chanel sent me a Les Exclusives fragrance with no sticker on the bottle. Yeah, that's bad. How did that pass quality control? They just like sent you a perfume. You purchased a perfume and it came without the sticker. Really, Corey? Mason got me a bottle for our anniversary. Same thing. You were also missing a sticker? I mean, wow. The poverty. Okay, now I got a hair attached to my necklace. It was like pulling me. I wonder where they were produced. Well, they were supposed to be produced in France, you know. Anyway. So, Hermes update. You guys. So we got an Hermes update, you guys. You remember the lawsuit in California? The people against people versus Hermes. They want their Birkins, they want their Kellys, and a few might want their Constances, but it's mostly about the battle of the Birkin and the Kelly. So people are claiming that Hermes is, you know, making you purchase extras in order to be allowed to purchase the quota bags. Hermes, of course, says, no, that's not what we do. What are you talking about, sister? That's not what we do. But so now there's an update, you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dacob spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Come join the chats. Look, I have an Hermes crop here just for the lecture. Hermes. And everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. But it would appear as though Hermes got cold feet. And so, for the first time ever in history, in the history of luxury shopping online, they have put up a Birkin and a Kelly for purchase online. And apparently they're bringing them online for purchase on a daily basis. But you know how they sell out like this. So they're gone before you even see them. And they're doing it. They're zipping it and zooing it. Gloria says, just one they put online. Paul says, no way. Just Joe is laughing. Kevin says, I have my timer set to wake up in the morning. Well, you guys, are you abandoning the video now to rush over to Hermes to click on the website to see if they have a Birkin? Crybaby Zaki says, oh my God. Patricia's like, one a day? April Fools, says Ollie. And she guessed it. I got ya, and I got ya good. That was an April Fool's joke. I know we're a day late to April Fool's, but since I didn't live stream on April 1st, I thought let's do a little April Fool's now. Surprise, surprise! So no, it ain't happening. You know. So there you go. Yeah. Oh, views just jumped up to 400. Guys, really? The views jumped up to 400. This is what you want? 500 now. We're at 500 people now watching. All right, so we got to do more of these. 500 people? Are we for real? We'll go. Yeah, and thumb up the live stream. They want Hermes, says DL. I know. Thumb up the live. Well, we got 500 people watching. Thumb up the live stream. So that was a little. Lord have mercy. Hey, Louis. Claudia von Bonilla says, we'll go. Where did these people come from? Where did they come from? When we started talking about Hermes and the lawsuit update, like out of the blue, the numbers jumped to 500. How did that happen? How did that happen? I'm shook. You told your mom, your sister, your aunt, you told everybody, and they all joined in. Well, I'm glad that we got more people watching. Thumb up the live stream while you're watching. But it was an April Fool's joke. I wish they would release a Birkin and a Kelly online. But, you know, if the lawsuit goes in that direction, they might just have to start doing that. Thanks, Katie. That's your YouTube magic, darling. Thank you. Christy says, out of the woods, out of the crack pipe. Melissa said they wanted a Birkin. Johnny's like going down. They left, says Andrea. Maybe it's a good time to live stream, Dacob. Angelica says, is Claudia a long-lost relative of mine? LOL. Hi, Claudia. Oh, because you're both vanillas? Lajota says, I wonder if there's a jump on the Hermes website. MMM says, it's the YouTube algorithm. They heard you say Hermes. 254 watching now. Kev says, they released the hack online before, I think. Really? I've never, maybe before the lockdowns. Maybe, many years ago. They came in a wave, Gloria. I know, it's the ebb and the flood. Shatara Joy Lee says, I'm here for the luxury drama, but I'm here more for Dacob. Thank you so much, Shatana. Lovely Lizzie Galax. Your live popped up on my algorithm finally. Yay! Lizam says, YouTube is making an April Fool's joke. I know, YouTube always... It's like, YouTube is like a constant April Fool's joke. It's like YouTube is... For YouTube, how it treats its creators, it feels like it's treating us as if it were April 1st every day of the year. Ollie's like, why do I want a Birkin now, FOMO? I know, we want a Birkin, but we'll get it. Well, you already have a Birkin, Ollie, don't you? That was a good joke, says Linda. Thank you. Yeah, just a little innocent joke. We did a really fun April Fool's joke last year because we live streamed on April 1st, I think we did. And like we did the whole phone call with selling all the bags. And Debbie called in and she's like, okay, I'm going to give you this amount of money for your bag. You remember? That was a funny one. That was last year, I think. Katana, I don't stream on Twitch because I have no audience there. It took me like 50,000 years to build an audience here. Could you imagine how long it would take me on Twitch? Robbie's like, I don't even like the Birkin, LOL. Birkins are like potato chips. You can't stop at just one. Uh-oh, Kev. Dangerous. Dangerous. T-Pal is like, I was pulling out my credit card. Then Deb said she was joking. She sounded so serious. Yes, we had a brief before the live stream. And Debbie's like, yeah, we can do this. We can do this. And she played the part. The Oscar went to Debbie. Corey's like, please don't jump ship and go to Twitch. I'm too old for that crap. I'll try not to. Man, it's not like I'm a fan of Twitch either, you guys. You know, I don't think Twitch wants you to do parallel live streams though. Like, you know, live stream at the same time on YouTube and on Twitch because they're competition. So they don't, I think they don't allow that. I think that was the case in the past. Like if they catch you doing a double, like you get banned. Thank you, Grace Chen. Love your shirt. Black and white stripes. Thank you. Ollie says, if they did offer a Birkin online, a bunker let better get. Right? I would love to. We can all share one, says Gloria. Margot Robinson says, please excuse my ignorance, but what is Wugo? Sorry and thanks in advance. I should post that video. I explained it once, and we filmed a video of me explaining what it means. It started off as a meme from YouTube or TikTok or somewhere. What was it? Sweet Peaches? I think she was the one who somebody tried to troll her in a live stream, and they wrote something like, what would you say if he would say we'll go something? What would you do? You know, it made no sense. It was a nonsensical thing, but she read it as if it made sense to her. And then she did that, started thinking about the answer. And I could never really remember the entire quote. So oh, Nancy, thank you so much.
Nan's donated $20.
Tippy tippy, Nancy got a tippy, tippy tippy, Nancy got a tip. Hit it, Bubbles. Thank you, Nancy. So I never knew, like, I could never memorize. I still can't remember now the exact quote. So I just abbreviated it to will go. Like, what would you say if he would say would go something? And then I just reduced it to will go. And then I started using it with my friends and also in the bunker more and more. And it became like a way of anything. You can say it for anything. You can say will go for anything, really. Like, like if you, like, oh, here's a dish of food for you. Like, do you want to eat this? And you're like, we'll go. Like, yeah, okay. But like, if you don't want it, then you say, yeah, we'll go. Like, we'll go. So technically we can reduce our language to literally just 2 words. We'll go. Well, it's 1 word, but you repeat it twice or 3 times. And you can literally just communicate with we'll go. You don't even need to use other words, you know. Emotion Engine says, what would you do if when you okay, so he said yes, we'll go? That's the quote. Thank you, Emotion Engine. What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes, we'll go? That's the one. That's the one. Now you know it. Yeah. And so we kind of, it morphed, like language morphs into something, and it morphed into our own fashion bunker. We'll go. Nancy's like, I still don't get it. It's a nonsensical sentence. There's nothing to get. Hi, Edu. Monica says, I take it to mean c'est la vie, but now trying to use it as an expletive. So yeah, like c'est la vie. Yeah, you could definitely use it as c'est la vie, but you can also use it as like, well, what will go. So like, for example, I ordered the perfume from Chanel and the bottle arrived without the sticker. Will go. Just one will go. And then then I tell you, oh, but why don't you send it back and ask for them to exchange it? And then 2 days later, you write me and you say, oh, I sent it back and they sent me a new one, this time with a sticker. And to apologize, they sent me a little miniature as well. And then I would say, we'll go. 2 will goes. Finley says, take it. I actually say we'll go to my dogs now before we go on a walk. They know what it means and they get really excited and go to the dog. There you go. We'll go. We'll go. Every time I hear that, it makes more sense. Hey, Ollie, it is complete, like our language. That's all we need. That's all we need. Sharma G says, I always thought it was short for what will go, as in it is what it is. Yes, it can also mean it is what it is. but it's an abbreviation of would go, would go. Like, would you go? Yeah, I will go. We'll go, we'll go. You see, it's like a question and an answer. Would you do it? Yeah, I would do it. We'll go, we'll go. You know what I mean? We'll go, we'll go. We'll go. We'll go, we'll go. Yeah. Ollie says, Kev, do it. Me, kettle, brand, pepperoncini, flavor, FOMO, we'll go. We'll go. Oh, man. Okay, you get it, sort of. Yeah, it's a matter of using it, Margot, and then at a certain point, it just flies. It's like butter. It's like butter. Yeah. We need it in the books. Oh, yes. The vocabulary, the diction, the Merriam-Webster dictionary needs to be updated. We'll go needs to be inserted as an official new linguistical evolution of humanity.
Butter.
Shatara says, this is hysterical. Imagine everyone walking around and hearing everyone is saying, we'll go, we'll go. Well, first of all, it happens more and more to us who are in the fashion bunker since a while now. And I had this story at the Versace outlet just a couple of months ago where I did say, we'll go to the sales associate. And she was like, and I was like, oh, yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me take this off. Too hot at the moment. It's like I'm going through menopause. What gives, you guys? I'm so hot. Hold on. Let me lift my hair up. I can't at the moment. So I told the sales associate, like, we'll go. So basically I tried on something. It was a little bit snug, you know, like I wanted it to be a bit bigger. And she's like, well, does it fit? Are you comfortable? Can you move around in it? And I was like, we'll go. And she's like, pardon me? And I'm like, oh, no, yeah. No, yeah, it's okay, I guess, you know. We'll go. And then I said it again. And then at that point, I'm like, yeah, no, it's this thing I do with my friend. And then, like, you know, when you start explaining something like that to a total stranger who doesn't really care, it becomes even more cringe. And then you're just like caught in the moment. And then you're like, but you know, like, no, then you start like explaining yourself like, no, it sounds cringe, but it's not that cringe once you start using it, you know, and it's, and then you turn, you know, you really end up looking like a total fool. Patricia says, I wish we could contact Teresa McGuire to let her know Dacob is live. I wrote Terry before the live stream started, actually, because sometimes she asks me to let her know because she might be taking a nap. But I don't think no, she did not see it. Jolie says, I'm ready to order a we'll go shirt. I say we'll go. We did it, Joe. Exactly, Ollie. Yeah, and that one too. It makes me happy when I hear pop slang because I hear slang all the time in my culture. It's like the return of the 80s mall shoppers. Totally bitchin'. Radical. Hey, Jackie. Surprise, surprise. Yes. Hey, legendary legend. I know, the two skulls. Natasha says, I used it on a work call today and my coworker understood exactly what I was talking about. It's situational. Bingo. Yeah. Speaking of Chanel boutiques, says Jocelyn, my favorite story was the trials and tribulations with the security guard. I was in stitches when you told the story. I've watched it several times since. Yeah, the security guard kicked me out, you guys. Well, didn't let me in, lifted me up, and then lifted me up again and dragged me back in when he realized the mistake he was making. I mean, it was funny. Sad, but funny. Oh, cha. Just had a hiccup. Teepa Dacob, her area had bad tornadoes last night. Her phone lines may be out in the area. Oh, Terry had tornadoes last night. Oh, maybe that's why. You know, yeah, she definitely did not see my message. I'm checking now. Ah! I've just received news, you guys. This is how fast it goes in the fashion bunker. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. So this is all alleged. Somebody just sent me a DM saying, hi, Dacob. Packing cubes, these little guys. You know, I have all my makeup in them. They used to have 3 sizes. There was a small, medium, and large, and then they discontinued the large. And then they still sold the small and the medium. Love these 2 bits. I always have them with me. So these are the packing cubes. They're being discontinued, apparently. Hi, Dacob. Packing cubes are being discontinued at Louis Vuitton, confirmed by my sales associate when I picked them up today. No longer in stores, but showed up recently on the website. I guess they're selling leftover stock. Allegedly. This is just the news I just got now. Just in. Breaking news. Shout out to Terry, to Teresa McGuire. We hope you're doing okay, sweetie. And so there you go. Dacob, have you tried Comet? Cannot wait to see her. I have not yet, Bandar. I have not tried it yet. Unfortunately, I wish I did. Oh, Natalie Gauthier, I just received a packing cube, a Petit Model, today. I adore it. It is the best. You will wear it. You will use it a lot. I use both sizes all the time. All the freaking time, you know. I don't know how long they're going to last me. I take good care of them. I'm just looking at it. I take good care of them, but mine is that one annoying stitch here. That little thread that's kind of coming out there. Everything else is fine. On the little one, I got 2 mediums. The 2 mediums are perfect. I need help, Dacob. Louis Vuitton, nice mini or packing cubes for makeup? Oh, nice mini or packing? No, packing, Kev. Trust me, you will not regret it. They're so cool. They're not as structured as the Nice. And they have this softness to them. They fit everywhere. They're rounded off nicely. There's no extra space. Like you don't need a handle on a Nice Mini. You guys, it's such a stupid extra. Definitely packing cube. Plus, I love that it's textile inside and not that plastic that degrades with time. So, of course, this can get dirty, so be careful not to spill inside because it's textile. But this is the small one, and then they also have the medium. Ollie says, oh my God, Kev, I have both. Packing cube for makeup. The Nice is a pain to zip. You see? I'm telling you, Kev, and this is, for me, personally, much more timeless. Such a beautiful... Plus, you can put anything in here. You don't have to just do makeup, you know. It stands so great on the vanity. It's very nonchalant. It looks very... You know, I woke up like this type of vibe. I find the packing cubes are super cool. Sultan Al-Mansouri says, Comet made me appreciate more the classics, like Bois des Îles and number 22. Oh, is it in that direction, the smell? Or is it like bad, so you kind of like think, oh, you know what, let me go to the classics because they're better. You can put your creams in it, but be careful that they don't spill. Kev says, oh, good to know. Now I must order online before it sells out for good. Well, apparently it's, yeah, according to this DM that I just received, it's discontinued, you guys. There you go. This was happening in real time as I was checking the DMs. So we got 350 viewers, 222 likes, you guys. Thumb up the live stream as we move along towards my hairdo. It's not gonna work. I did not do this properly. I'll just let the hair down for the next video. Let me just do the makeup first. I need a little bit of powder. Been sweating. It's so hot all of a sudden. Let me put Cocoa to the side for a second. And let me freshen up the makeup. Not at all, it's very different, but I feel it would have been way better if it was in the Les Ore. Yeah, that's what I said about it in my kind of video on Essentially Dacob, my perfume YouTube channel. Go subscribe there, follow me there as well. And that's what I said there. I said, you know, the way this perfume is being described to me seems like a Les Eaux. It could have been a Les Eaux, you know. But for some reason, they wanted it to be Les Exclusives. I mean, I guess they want more money. I don't know. I've been on the fence forever about those Louis Vuitton packing cubes. Currently, I'm using cheap nylon ones from Amazon. I mean, I have not regretted it. Hey, Zara Justina, this is such a treat, Dacob. Thanks for the surprise live. Thank you, Zara. Well, I'm not live streaming tomorrow, you guys. You know, that's why we're live streaming today. So tomorrow there is no live stream because I have to do something. And that's why we're doing it today, the live stream. Strawberry, hey Dacob, how does the Les Exclusive Fresh Cream mix with Bois d'Azil? Does it change the scent? It goes a bit more musky. Yeah. So it sweetens it a bit. And Bois d'Azil is already sweet, sickly sweet because of the sandalwood. But when you layer it with the Les Exclusives cream, it in the dry down, it turns, you know, because that cream is musky. It has a musk base. So the musk warms up Bois d'Azil, and Bois d'Azil is already warm. So once you add a little bit more musk to it, it warms it up a bit more, sweetens it a little bit. Strawberry, thank you. And welcome back. I hope you feel better. Thank you, Strawberry. Thank you. Natalie says, I ordered on the website in Canada, and it took almost a month before I received it. And it is made in Italy, and now I would like the medium size. They're all made in Italy. I've never seen a packing cube made in France, you guys. Just letting you know. Never. Putting on the lip gloss. So all the ones I own are made in Italy, and every time I've seen them in boutiques, even when I did not purchase them, all made in Italy. I know on the website it says they could be made in Spain, France, Italy, or USA, but I've only ever seen the packing cubes made in Italy. I don't know about you guys. Has anybody seen one made in France? I've never. It's not like the packing cubes have been around for a long time. You know, they introduced them in 2018. So it's been 6 years. So after 6 years, they're discontinuing them. That is really unfortunate. I bet you they're discontinuing them because they're one of the, you know, more affordable pieces from their collection, and they're really cool. So like Louis Vuitton is like, we don't want to sell something too affordable. You know, like let's, you know, the aspirational customer, we don't want the aspirational customer, blah, 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 right? So why is my hair like so all over the place? Okay. So speaking of, well, I'm all over the place too. Okay. So let's do this next video before I start sweating again like crazy. Moncler is the next one. So hold on, setting it up. Luxury exposed for being made in Romania. Our ongoing saga about the end of luxury finds a new chapter. Now we know that a lot of luxury goods that have very, very, very high ticket prices, and we're talking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, are not only made, well, in Europe, when it comes to the European brands at least, like for example, Moncler. Moschino, even Vivienne Westwood. Some of these brands do have, well, Moschino also does made in China. They also do a lot of made in Romania and other countries as well. Turkey for a lot of cotton pieces. And, well, apparently we have a TikTokian, a lady from TikTok that is very shocked to see the prices of Moncler jackets. And the lady's name is Ingrid Bizou. That's her TikTok profile. I shall post a link down below for you to check her out on TikTok. Go subscribe, follow her, whatever it's called on TikTok. But also, while you're at it, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week. So come join the fun and come join the chats. Hello to my co-chattors. Let me cue in Ingrid Bizou's picture. Sorry, not her picture. First, the Moncler official picture of the jacket. Well, you could almost say it's a Chanel. Almost. It's a padded jacket from Moncler. Now, so this is from the Moncler website. This is how the jacket looks if you want to purchase it. It's padded. It has those little, it looks like a little Michelin, I guess it's padded to be cute and warm for winter. That's pretty, says Patricia, but it looks lumpy, says Oli. Moncler's become a laughing stock, sadly, says Evatrice. I don't see anyone wearing them anymore. Well, now, Ingrid Bizou went to a shop where this was being sold. Yeah, Kev says Zara by Virginie Viard. Oh my God, you guys, the shade. And so she made a video showcasing the jacket. Let me show you the next picture. The inside, made in Romania. So she's showing us the jacket close up. She says, Moncler, made in my country for pennies, sold for a fortune. So Ingrid says that she is from Romania too. And she looked at the price of this jacket. And the price of this jacket is $2,070 US plus tax. Okay, you got to add tax on top. So then she says $2,070 plus tax. But then, made in Romania. Now, she has nothing against quality of products made in Romania. Neither do I. You guys, this is not about throwing shade at craftsmanship of artisans and workers in Romania. This is not about that. This is about, and Ingrid, who is from Romania, she also says it in her video. She says, oh, interesting how a luxury brand would decide to manufacture something in Romania, charge $2,070 plus tax for it. But interesting, why are they manufacturing it in Romania and, let's say, not in France or Switzerland? Well, because labor is very cheap. In fact, she goes on to say in her video, oh, by the way, everything I say in my video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Okay? We'll go. So Ingrid says in her video, that this jacket, she alleges, what does she allege? She's like, it cost them like $5 to make the jacket. I mean, she's exaggerating here. I don't think it cost them just $5 to make the jacket, but it did not cost them $2,000. Obviously, they have to have profit margins and everything. But let's just say the jacket cost them around $100 to make. Then she says the workers in Romania, their salary is very, very, very low. She's talking about $1 an hour. I don't know if it's that low, but there's a reason why luxury brands are manufacturing in Romania. It's because labor is very cheap. Not saying that the end result is of poorer quality than if it were made in France. Not implying that at all. I'm just implying if a luxury brand goes to produce the stuff in Romania, it's because they want to save money. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wish the Romanian workers were paid better, but there's nothing wrong with stipulating whatever contracts, whatever the law allows you to do. But the thing is this, but then be fair and do not shoot up profit margins so high to the consumer that you're selling to in America, in Europe, if indeed you did manufacture the jacket in Romania to save money. If you manage to lower your production costs by manufacturing in Romania, then be fair about it and also deliver an end price, the retail price for your customer that is also a little bit lower. But that's not what this seems to be. That's not what seems to be happening here, because the price is as high as if the product were made in France, you know, $2,070 plus tax for a jacket, you know. And then, okay, you're like, well, maybe, you know, it's people have been paid properly to produce this jacket. The salary has been high enough to produce this jacket. But then you see made in Romania, and then you know, well, okay, that's not the same salary that a worker would receive as if the worker were also working in France and being paid French salaries. So if Moncler were to get backlash for this, if Ingrid's video goes viral, will Moncler start putting on just a button on the jacket in France to be allowed to say made in France? Because technically, you know, they can assemble most of the jacket in Romania, send it to France, and then have a team in France assemble the last steps in France, sewing on the last button or putting on the tag made in France. And then you can legally say it's made in France. So is Moncler going to try to do that? Natasha B says, fair wages, not fair. They pocket all the money. If it wasn't for the workers, you would not be able to sell anything. There you go. Just Joe says, Shein a business plan. Nancy says, yeah, make it for pennies, sell it for thousands of dollars. Shelley says, it's sad they should be paid fairly. These labels are doing a killing with the consumer. But this is the thing, you guys. I don't want to be the person saying, oh, this is like, I don't want to be the spoiled consumer saying, I just want stuff for cheaper because I don't want to spend more money. I will gladly spend more money when I know that something is produced fairly and that the workers are paid fairly. So, you know, so if the workers are not paid fairly, we already have a problem, and we should consider whether or not we want to purchase at all from that brand. Okay, that's one debate we should be having. And then the second debate we should be having, if you are purchasing from that brand, well then how far are you going to let them push you into these price increases and into these price hikes to the end consumer when the production cost, once you see made in Romania, you know it did not cost them a luxury premium price to produce the piece, to say the least. So food for thought, but I do believe that this is definitely another little tidbit of kind of another receipt, yet again, to add to our ongoing pile of receipts about luxury is dead, really. Natalie Deed says, exactly, brands are getting away with this stuff less and less these days, and says not even Primark is made in Romania. Well, we would have to check that. They have a lot of other stuff made in China and Bangladesh. I've seen stuff also in Turkey made there, but you know, Primark is also not, in my opinion at least, Primark is also not holy. Let's just put it mildly. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love and subscribe. Bye. Exactly, Natalie. How about make it in Romania and pay the workers? Nothing wrong with Romania. Natalie, in fact, I said it very clearly in my video. Nothing wrong with Romania. But you know that somebody is gonna come for me when they watch this video, because they're not gonna watch the entire video. They're gonna watch the first 2 seconds of my video, and they're gonna attack me by saying like, why do you have against Romanians? What do you have against Romanians? I have absolutely nothing against Romanians. And I do believe their craftsmanship is amazing. Actually, let me tell you something. But you know, there's going to be some baboon that's going to be coming for me because the idiot is not going to watch the entire video. They're not going to watch up until the point where I say nothing wrong with Romanian manufacturing. Also nothing wrong with Chinese manufacturing. Just pay the people properly. Vivienne Westwood has a department, the World's End department. And I know the person who coordinates the manufacturing for the World's End collection for Vivienne Westwood. And he found, and this is a beautiful story, he actually found these ladies, independent ladies from Romania. They started their own business. And these ladies were making some of the clothes for Vivienne Westwood. Very small production. They had their own little, they were building up their own little like in-house factory. And so that's a beautiful thing, you see. When you find a relationship like that and you have a personal relationship to the people who are actually making the pieces for you, that's a different story. Beautiful pieces that come made from Romania for Vivienne Westwood. Amazing. So Andrea Meyer says, just ordered my packing cubes. Oh, cheers, Andy. You see, if only Louis Vuitton would do commission. Look at the commission I would just get. But you know they don't do commission. Oh, Robbie, yeah, I know. In general, independently from where the garments are made, most of the workers are underpaid, yeah. Oh my God, Linda S is same, I just ordered a set. Well, wow. Oh my gosh, I wish I had commish. The handwork that comes out of Romania is amazing. Yeah, completely. That's why, again, I repeat, in the video, I made it very clear that there's nothing wrong with Romanian craftsmanship. But you know that there's going to be people who are not going to watch the entire video and they're going to come for me. Example. Do you want an example? I'll show you an example. So, Steph says, just joining. Didn't get my notifications again, damn it. So glad to see you. Glad to see you too, Steph. Ariana Valois says, many companies that wish to avoid using Asia manufacture, they choose Eastern European manufacture. Well, they have no import taxes. You know, if they work with Romania, it's quicker. It's not so far away. I can see, you know, Louis Vuitton also opened its own factory in Romania. At least one. So Zara Justina, apparently from the DM that I just received, the packing cubes have been discontinued, which means leftover stock. You buy it online and Wugo. I have 2 PM packing cubes and a MM packing cube because of you, Dacob. I love using them for travel. Oh, Gigi, I'm so glad you love them. I love them too. They're amazing, very practical, also super light, you guys. Finley says, I smell the thesaurus turkey. Wait, what was that, Joe? I don't get it. Going to bed, glad to see you, love. Oh, Louis, sleep well, sweetie. Andy says, Zara Justina, I don't think that will happen. What? No, they discontinued them apparently, but who knows? Yeah, rest in peace, packing cubes. Says, this is what they show on a Celine website for a Hawaiian shirt. Manufacturing country, Portugal. Printing country, Italy. Weaving country, China. So they got their raw materials from China. They printed it in Italy. And they assembled it in Portugal. That's basically what they're trying to say here. But it's nice that they're so transparent with it. They could be even more transparent. But this is already a much better step up than what other brands do. Dacob, which one is the one you held up for your makeup? Both. I have makeup in both of them. Like the quicker grab makeup, like all my, you know, little pencils and stuff, they're kind of in here underneath all of the, you know, I just layer everything. So I have all of these and then all of these in here. And then they're all my things are loose. Wait, I don't want it to fall. So all the pencils and all the stuff is loose in there. And then on top, I put all of this stuff, and it all fits in the small one, right? And then in the medium one, I have the bigger, the rounder powders. These little guys are in the big one. More corrector palettes, lippies, you know. So it's a little bit more organized. Like heavier stuff is in the big one, and then like these more on-the-go pieces are in the little one. You know what I mean? I love them, really. I'm so sad, but I kind of knew they were gonna, because already last year they took away the large size, and then there was just 2 sizes left, and I was like, oh, it's just a matter of time. Okay, let me show you guys. This is the medium. Everything's gonna fall out, y'all, because I didn't close them. And this is the small. PM, MM. MM, PM. Small, medium. And the small is half the size of the medium. So how they built these, which I love, very modular. This one is literally half of this one. So it covers, you know, so 2 of these next to each other are the size of one of these. And that's also how the logic worked for the large, which was really big. I think they discontinued it because it was very, very large. So the large would be 2 of these. So if you put 2 of these like this next to each other, you get the large. But the large has been discontinued over a year ago. You can't get it even on their website anymore, I don't think. I haven't seen it in over a year on their website, so I think it's officially gone. Hey Letty, Dacob, what are your thoughts on the Chanel Sublimage line? Worth the money? No, not really. I mean, I loved the Extrait de Crème. I still love it. But I always try to ask for samples whenever I buy something. So I try not to spend money on Sublimage. I try to get Sublimage as samples. I love the Sublimage eye cream. But again, I live off of samples. So Sublimage, for me, I don't mind the perfume. You know, a lot of people don't like perfumes in their creams. I'm fine with it. But I think it's a very overpriced product for what it is. Shatara says, just ordered a PM packing cube. Thank you, Dacob. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I wish I got commish. So I need 2 PMs to keep in 1 MM? No, Patricia. No. You cannot put the little one in the big one. No. Because it's the same. It doesn't fit in it. You cannot put 2 small ones into a big one. No. You cannot. You can stack them on top of each other, and then they will have the same size when you put 2 little ones on top of a big one. But because they have the same size, they are not shorter than the big one, so you can't squish them into the big one. You know, I know, Flo Caso, I need an affiliate code, but Louis Vuitton doesn't have an affiliate code. They do not nest. No, they do not nest. Oh, Linda, you're so sweet. I took a survey after my purchase and I said it was from highly recommendation from you. Well, Louis Vuitton is just like, oh, that idiot is giving us free promotion yet again. Whoop, whoop. Patricia says, I'm backwards. Sorry for the blonde moment. Don't worry about it. All good. And at this point, Louis Vuitton needs to cut you a check. They certainly do, Shatara. Steph says, I enjoy the smell of the fragranced creams. Some of them are divine, but my skin gets very angry when I use them. I turn beet red. That's what I'm saying. Some people are allergic to perfume. So it's very, very risky. You're spending a lot of money for those Sublimage creams. And if your skin cannot tolerate fragrance, Sublimage is a highly fragranced cream. So be careful. Not a blind purchase, because you're going to be spending $300 up to $1,000 for Sublimage creams. You know, they're very expensive. Like, try them on first before you spend the money. Yes, Linda, I agree with you. Louis Vuitton and Chanel, both of them owe me. Yeah, sublimage samples, I say. I live off of those. So anyway, so on my perfume channel, I made a video about the top 5 obnoxious perfumes. And some idiot commented, and we're going to read the comment. Now, just a premise to this. I just wanted to say, when I made, in general, when I conceive a topic for any video, whether it be perfume related, fashion related, art related, pop culture related, like a review of a movie, no matter what it is, when I conceive the idea for a video, I also make a very conscious choice as to how I will utilize words and language to deliver a concept. I don't have a script for my videos, but I have an idea that forms in my head. So I had this idea to make a list of my top 5 most obnoxious perfumes, for better or for worse. Some of those perfumes in the list were obnoxious for all the bad reasons, like they're really terrible, I really do not like them. But other perfumes in that list were obnoxious for all the good reasons. I love them to bits, even though they're a little bit hard to wear sometimes. Now, linguistically speaking, when I decide to make in particular, this applies to my perfume videos, since we still technically do not own the capacity for odorama. Do you remember when many, many years ago, when John Waters released his movie Polyester to cinemas in America, he had a scratch and sniff card that you would get with your ticket. So in the movie, when a number flashed on the screen, you would scratch off that number on the little odorama card, and then you would get to smell what's happening in the scene. So that was kind of technically a very interesting, challenging moment. I would wish for us to have a sort of odorama while we're watching perfume reviews from home on YouTube. It would be amazing, but we do not have odorama. So it's really difficult to describe fragrances to you with words if you do not have that fragrance at home to sniff on while I'm talking about the fragrance. So this is something I do for my perfume videos. I'm very conscious of the use of words and language when it comes to describing perfumes. And I choose a linguistical style every time I talk about perfumes in order to help me convey the idea of how these perfumes smell. Not just that, but also to help me convey sometimes the idea behind a list of perfumes. In this case, the obnoxious perfumes. So I chose actively, consciously, in order to deliver a sense of nausea and obnoxiousness, in order to deliver through the video the idea to you, the viewer, that these perfumes are too much to bear sometimes, I made a conscious decision to repeat the word obnoxious to infinity. That was done on purpose. Some of you got it. And in fact, in the comments, a week ago, I think somebody commented and said, "Oh, Dacob, I see what you did there, repeating obnoxious 1,000 times." I was like, bingo, you got it. And I even commented back and I said, "I'm so glad that you figured it out. These are little tricks that I do to amplify my message." Words are really important and words resonate. So now, in that particular video, you're going to hear me say obnoxious many times. It's done on purpose. Okay. Then, in that same video, somebody in the chat said, "Hey, is Baccarat Rouge on your most obnoxious list as well? Because you guys know I don't like Baccarat Rouge." And I said, towards the beginning of the video, I said, Baccarat Rouge is not on the most obnoxious list because it would make it on my list if the ingredients and the notes of the perfume themselves were obnoxious. On top of a lot of obnoxious people wearing the perfume, I would not choose Baccarat Rouge as an obnoxious perfume just because of the people wearing it. In addition to the people wearing it, the type of person wearing it, I also need to know and feel that the ingredients on their own, that the notes on their own also do not appeal to me. If we had both of those elements, then I could tell you, yeah, that perfume is also obnoxious. So I explained that in my video. And then I go through Alien from Thierry Mugler, Angel, and I say that many bad people in my life wore those perfumes, so I do have bad memories of them. But regardless of the people who wore those perfumes on their own, the way that they're composed, the way that they smell, the synthetical aspect and element of those perfumes, it's obnoxious to me. And in addition to that, some really big jerks in my life used to wear those perfumes. So that don't help either. But it wasn't just the fact that some big jerks wore those perfumes that made the perfumes obnoxious to me. I explain all of that in my video. Then we get some single-digit IQ amoeba commenting, saying the following. Listen to this. Derek Johnson comments, here we go. Firstly, suggesting a fragrance is partially obnoxious solely on the fact that someone toxic in your life wore it is quite base. I guess this is a Gen Zer, base. Honey, I think you were looking for the word blasé, but base is, I guess, his term for basic. If not shallow, but to each their own. There are fragrances I absolutely love that were worn by persons I loathed. Oh, pulling a little Madonna moment there. Do not let someone's personality ruin the enjoyment of a fragrance that is someone's art. Secondly, please, for all that is olfactory holy, expand your vocabulary. Constantly repeating obnoxious is also quite base. Here is a small list of synonymous words that could have made your message more professional. And then this baboon goes on to list 500 words. Okay. Extremely unpleasant, disagreeable, nasty, loud, distasteful, offensive, objectionable, unsavory, unpalatable, dislikable, off-put. You see, dear, these would all be different videos because unpalatable is not obnoxious. Off-putting is not obnoxious. Awful is not obnoxious. Terrible is not obnoxious. Dreadful is not obnoxious. Frightful is not obnoxious. Revolting is not obnoxious. Repulsive is not obnoxious. Repellent is not obnoxious. Repugnant is not obnoxious. Disgusting is not obnoxious. Odious is not obnoxious. Vile is not obnoxious. Foul is not obnoxious. Abhorrent is not obnoxious. Loathsome is not obnoxious. Nauseating is not obnoxious. Nauseous is not obnoxious. Sickening is not obnoxious. Hateful is not obnoxious. Detestable is not obnoxious. Execrable? Cha. It's definitely not obnoxious. Abominable is not obnoxious. Insufferable is not obnoxious. Intolerable is not obnoxious. Unacceptable is not obnoxious. Despicable is not obnoxious. Contemptible is not obnoxious. Beyond the pale is not obnoxious. Poisonous is not obnoxious. Noxious is not obnoxious. Obscene is not obnoxious. Base is not obnoxious. Hideous is not obnoxious. Scabrous is not obnoxious. Ghastly is not obnoxious. Horrible is not obnoxious. Horrid is not obnoxious. Gruesome is not obnoxious. Gross is not obnoxious. Putrid is not obnoxious. Sick-making, not obnoxious. Yucky is not obnoxious. God-awful is not obnoxious. Beastly is not obnoxious. Bogging is not obnoxious. Skanky is not obnoxious. Noisome is not obnoxious. He goes on to say, my sincerest apologies for taking a jab at your presentation, but you did go for some perfumes that, quite frankly, are amazing. only to be dragged through the awful that was your most obnoxious opinion, my dear person. Good day to you. I answered to this single-digit baboon the following response. You obviously did not understand why I kept repeating the word obnoxious so many times. I should expand my vocabulary? How about you expand your emotional intelligence while at the same time reducing your inflated ego, which drives you to believe you know more and are above others and their intelligence, which subsequently makes you write such sad passive-aggressive comments. Whoever hurt you, Bubba, did a real nasty job on you. Good luck with your issues. Honey Love says, that's a troll. He uses different names and does this on other channels too. I recognize the base term. Oh, it's a troll looking for attention. Well, I love a troll looking for attention when they're looking for attention for all the wrong reasons. Yes, Patricia Bubba. Oh, Duana, thank you for becoming a member. And I most certainly love an educational moment coming out of this. Because at the end of the day, this is what goes down. At the end of the day, all I do is lift the mirror to that person and say, someone hurt you. And you think you did something. No. But my response to you is not really for you. It's for all the other viewers that might watch that video of mine and that might stumble upon this idiot's comment. At least those people are going to see that I reply to it so that they get to learn something from the reply. Otherwise, if we stay silent and we allow the troll to just dominate, well, then somebody might just think one day, well, hold on a minute. Is his silence equaling admittance of guilt? No, I'm not guilty. I was wrongly accused of something that I did not do. Just because this person did not have enough emotional intelligence and logical intelligence to understand the stylistical choices I made in that video. Furthermore, me having explained very clearly in that video what the stats were in order to classify or categorize a certain fragrance as obnoxious or not, we're not limited to just me having had bad experiences with people, nasty people who wear said perfumes. But this is an example of somebody who hasn't fully watched the video, felt probably offended because maybe some of the perfumes that I showcased in that video, they personally love. So they felt hurt. How dare I say that those perfumes are obnoxious when they love them? I'm like, are you really that insecure? Are you that insecure that you cannot handle the fact that somebody doesn't like the same stuff you like? Because if you're that insecure and that weak, my channel is not the channel for you. You know, go watch another channel. Go watch channels that offer, you know, less challenging intellectual stimuli, you know. Slower content, something that's a little bit less complex, that you can maybe actually follow step by step. Slowly. You know what I mean? Because at a certain point, you gotta speed it up. You gotta evolve. You gotta evolve. And if you don't, well then might as well just stop doing what you're doing. You see what I mean? Like at a certain point, I remember when I was doing a ton of videos on the Chanel bags back in the day, when I was still purchasing them, when the leather was still acceptable. And with every new video on the 255 bag, I would get more and more specific. Because obviously, if we make one video, the first unboxing of the 255 reissue bag, you know, you take it slow. It's all very superficial information. But then you make the wear and tear video. Then you make the 1 year after I purchased my bag video. Then you make the what fits in my bag video. Then you make the history of the 255 video. Like I've made a ton of videos dedicated to the Chanel 255 reissues. And of course, it's just normal that with every video you make, you try to add more information. Oh, Jolie, thank you so much, my love.
Jolie donated $10. I'm a troll looking for attention.
I love that for both of us, Jolie. Jolie got the troll tippy tippy tippy. Jolie got the troll tippy tippy. Hit it, Bubbles. There you go. And thank you, Jolie. And and so at a certain point, my videos about the 255 bag became very advanced because obviously you keep adding information. It's like when you go to school. You pass the first grade, you're in the second grade, third grade, one level done, next level, it gets harder and harder. And I warn people in some of my videos, I say, okay, guys, this is more advanced now. We're going to use terminologies and stuff that by now you should know. And if you don't know them, go check out my past videos and then meet me here later. You know, and so sometimes I also think, well, of course my people are going to get the gist, but it doesn't always translate. It's not like you always get it. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to explain the joke, and that's okay too. But then you can say like, hey, I don't understand, Dacob. Why did you repeat obnoxious 1,000 times in your video? Like that felt a little bit obnoxious to me. That's an okay comment. Like if you say something like that, then I come back to you and I say, well, actually, I repeated the word obnoxious 1,000 times on purpose. And then, you know, but just like coming for someone and behaving as if they know something about you as a given, for a fact, when in reality, they know nothing. Because they obviously, with their comment, proved to you that not only did they not watch your video, but they also proved to you that that little bit that they did watch, they did not understand. And yet they act and behave as if they're lecturing you on how they know better than you about who you are and what you have to say. And this is why I think this type of person is very dangerous. This is not the type of person you want to have in your life as a friend or as a colleague. Like you want to run from these people because they are poison. Very, very, very dangerous poison. Be very, very careful of people like this in real life. You know? Oh, Kimberly, true. There are less and less reasonable and emotionally mature people out there, it seems. I agree. It's getting worse. Really, Sean says that guy had an agenda, and we know what that agenda was. What was that agenda, Sean? What was the agenda? I really think this person really has big issues. I think this person was hurt terribly in their life, and they like have major issues. And they're too weak to confront their own problems, so they just kind of peck at other people thinking that their pain is gonna, you know, be in some way, shape, or form shrinking if they hurt others. When in reality, they just feel more like shit after they're done. So, because they're never confronting the pure problem. Dacob, you're the best. Thank you, baby girl XOXO. Whoop whoop. Evian says, hello, Dacob. I just woke up at the hospital after the surgery. I was surprised by the live stream. Glad I made it. Oh, man, Evian, I hope you're doing well. Take it very slow. Very, very slowly. I hope you're doing well. He probably knows the lady that is suing Hermes, lol. They're cousins. Oh, my God, Natasha. Yes, I mean, if someone thinks they are always right, how can they ever get along with anybody? They can't, because there's no you can't have a constructive conversation with people like that, because they're always going to think that you're wrong, no matter what you say. You know, there's like let's just put it delicately, a thin veneer of narcissism woven into that character trait of always thinking that they're always right. Well, to say the least, an ego problem, to say the least. You know, Patricia says it's the TikTok generation who don't have the capacity to watch the whole video and they jump to conclusions. And this is, you guys, why is this a generational thing? Why is it that way? Because Patricia, like, why do they jump to conclusions? Okay, like, you know, for all I'm concerned, jump to conclusions. And whatever, do you, boo. But there's a difference between jumping to conclusions and deciding to voice your jump to conclusions as if it were a given, a fact. Like, you're misinformed, you did not collect enough information, but now you're talking like you've been studying this matter for 50 years and you have a PhD in this subject matter. And you're so full of yourself while you're delivering it. This is what I don't understand. Because there's a big step to be made between, okay, you know what, I'm just being an idiot today. I just, clumsily ran to rash conclusions, whatever. Let me just sleep on it, and nobody's going to be the wiser. But it's a whole other thing to draw your conclusions, come to fast conclusions, and then decide to voice them publicly on a platform spreading the lie as if it were facts. That's a big difference between the two things. It's always about disregarding the so-called fluff and getting to the point, so to speak. They just like to label things. Yeah, but the label is incorrect. And furthermore, not everything can be labeled. I know we have a tendency of wanting to label everything, but you can't label everything. They will read a headline and not even read the whole article. It's so annoying. Oh my God, Natasha, I know exactly what you're saying. Yes, it was full of narc character. Right, T-Pal? There you go. Nancy says, not generational. As I see it, as some friends get older, they are becoming more strong-willed and angry with others who they disagree with. Yeah, but that's something when you get a little bit older. That's also like you start lacking a bit of patience. That's a other thing on top. Maison Mangold, yeah, and that seems to be the case for most subjects. Like no matter what we're talking about, or subjects as in people, or subjects as in subject matters. Grace Chen says a lot of people just want to know one thing. Is it good or not? Yeah, but that's so sad because the world is not really black and white like that, you guys. It really isn't. Jolie says, isn't it embarrassing to post when you don't know shit from Shanola about the subject? But that's the thing. They have such an inflated ego that they deem, the right to have the right to state it as if it were a fact. That's insane, you guys. They can't deal with the nuances or argument. Absolutely, they cannot, Grace. Gloria says, because they know most are no longer critical thinkers and believe that believe what anyone says, it's sad, really. It definitely is. Grace says, agree, can't label everything in 2 words. Jolie says, spreading the lie. Today's politics are in the shit. Oh, well, they have been for many years. Ms. Mangold says, they also fall apart when something is challenging their worldview or their intellectual superiority. Exactly. The intellectual superiority, which they've proven to not own. David Anderson says, Dacob is an immersive experience. They just didn't get it, but we do. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. And I like immersive experiences. We need to have more than just one single line to follow, just one path. Nuance, color, spectrum, a range, an array of emotions, intellectual stimulations, tactile stimulations, olfactive stimulations. So many elements contribute to really our lives on a daily basis. Like, why would you want to limit your life to a linear path? I mean, our intellect is built up for more than that. Why would you want to limit it? Because you're tired or what? You're lazy? What's the reason? What's the reason? Very childish, Evatrice, yeah. Who are we talking about? Sorry, but missed this part. Oh, it's just some troll on social media. Kimberly says the inability to agree to disagree. Like, They are incapable of having a good conversation with different viewpoints and respecting each other. I had a conversation with someone months ago about the Balenciaga situation, and this person, and I said, you know, you do you. I've spoken my piece about Demna and the whole bullshit that is Balenciaga, in my opinion. So, and I'm going to keep voicing my opinion. I just did actually yesterday on Instagram. I commented on someone's post about this interview Demna did, which is tragic. So I said what I wanted to say. Anyway, a couple of months ago, this person came to me. He's like, you shouldn't, I'm paraphrasing here. Like, you shouldn't speak so ill about Balenciaga because you should then also stop talking about Dolce & Gabbana. I'm like, girl, are really? I said, listen, I don't agree with you. So let's just agree to disagree. And it's fine. We don't have to talk about it. We can talk about so many other things. Is Balenciaga your whole life? You can't live without it? Then you got a problem. That conversation stopped. That person never wrote me again. Not that I stopped. They did. Ms. Omango says, I love all these stimulations. Good boy. Grace Chen says, I always like to find out why someone likes something or dislikes something. Tipa says, I sent you a link, Dacob. I love debating people on this level. Oh, on the Insta. How many pieces of flair are you wearing, Finley? Oh, wait, it's something else. Oh, here we go. Corey says, it's okay to say you do you, boo. It's okay to not agree with someone. Exactly. Darius says, I've been watching the new look and so far really like Balenciaga. It pisses me off what has been done to the brand even more. Yeah. He's one of those rare examples in that show that's been portrayed kindly. Definitely. Shatara says, thank you, Dacob. I've always said we were created for so much more. We most certainly are. Katana says, have you seen Quiet on Set? That was crazy. No, I have not. What's the B word, Jolie? I don't want to know. Do I want to know? Maybe on YouTube we shouldn't know. Mezomango says, how amazing would it be to have a true renaissance of the Givenchy and Balenciaga houses? Would be great. For now, I do believe for the time being, it's just wishful thinking still. But the future might hold good surprises in store. Less trouble for you, Dacob, right? Evian says, my dear Patricia, thank you, sweetie. I'm recovering, but the surgery started very bad. The nurse accidentally injected, oh my gosh, propofol into my tissue instead of a vein. And my eyes in severe pain and blue. Oh, I'm so sorry, Evian. Get better soon, sweetie. Listen, it takes a village to make a person feel better, because I also, it's been now almost 2 weeks and I'm still having side effects from the anesthesia, which is like quite debilitating, to be honest with you. Quite debilitating. The pain is really, you learn to live with it, but it's just so annoying. It's always there, it's always like ticking. Natasha says they get all the information from the internet. They don't even have encyclopedias anymore. They don't even know how to look for information. You can't learn from a meme. Natasha, I completely agree with you. Meme culture has become literally the new vocabulary, the new dictionary for anything. Corey says, what the hell was a nurse doing giving propofol? Only doctors can do that. Uh-oh. Ms. Omango says, stop it. Paparazzi says, off topic, sorry, but wondering what you think about Alessandro Michele and Valentino. So Paparazzi, Team Bryce, I spoke about that in the last live stream. I wish him all the best. We made a whole topic about Alessandro Michele joining Valentino. Good luck to him. Shout out to his family. What can I tell you? I really, it's been years that I cared for Valentino. I was not a fan of I found them quite vulgar, all the studs and all that kind of Colosseum type of gladiator vibes on their shoes. I mean, I know they're very popular for their studs on everything, but I find them, I don't like them. I find them vile. So for me, it's been very much a Burino brand. I mean, if you're from Rome, you know, if you're an Italian, you know what that means, the word Burino. And Valentino has been very much that for me. Exactly, Kev. Good luck, goodbye. And Bubbles is like, goodbye, Kev. So, you know, yeah, cute that Valentino pink, but you know Valentino's signature color was red, not really pink. But Pierpaolo Pizzoli, whatever his name is, he pushed the pink, Valentino pink. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll go. But Valentino's signature color is actually red, okay? Like Pierre Cardin's signature color was bottle moss green. The most beautiful green ever is Pierre Cardin's green. Coco Chanel's is Tyrian pink and Tyrian red. Of course, she loved beige and black as well. Navy too and gold, but those are not as special as Tyrian shades of pink and red. You know, so for me, Louis Vuitton signature color is the ton sur ton, the brown and kind of light brown. You know, for the monogram canvas, that's their signature color. For me, that's always going to signal Louis to me, and so on. Steph says, intelligent disagreement is the lifeblood of any thriving society. The goal is to evolve. However, none of this is possible if you demonize differing opinions from the onset. Grace Chen, and I dislike how... Oh, sorry, let me just scroll up for a second. Grace Chen. And I dislike how corporate terms are all reduced to two words like lean in, quiet quitting, etc. Oh my God, it's so annoying. And how they go through these fashion trends, at least in the fashion world where I'm working in, you know, it's all about this finding of the buzzword of the season, where then corporate incorporates it within any sort of outer communication, also internal communication, but also public communication. You know, like, so 2018 was the year where everybody used color blocking. Like, this is such a color blocking moment. And then 2018 morphed into 2019, where everybody started using the term disruptive. Oh my God. I can't. I just want to barf every time. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, no, I see. The way you juxtapose the color blocking is so disruptive. This is going to sell really well. They always invent some bullshit like that. At the moment, everybody who wants to sound clever on the internet, have you noticed the buzzword right now? It used to be status quo. That was status quo was used a lot during the Hillary Clinton campaign. But now on the internet, when these buffoons want to act like they're intelligent, they love to say caveat. Caveat is their go-to holy grail word that they think when they use it, they're going to sound like they got a doctorate degree in the subject. Caveat. Oh my God. The only caveat there is da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, don't go for the Latin. Don't go for the Latin if that's the only Latin word you know. You know what I mean? Don't do it. It's very cringe. Very cringe. Yeah, lenient means volunteer for corporate slavery. You best believe, David. Oh, Kev, what's the term for 2024? Class action, maybe? Well, we had quiet luxury in 2023. That was definitely, quiet luxury was the term for 2023. 2024, it might be a little bit too early to still, I don't know. I'm not so sure if we have yet a term for 2024. We still have a couple of months to go before we can determine that. Dacob, what do you think about Coach becoming luxury again? They too are allegedly rising prices to make Coach less accessible. Shatara, my dear, I made a whole video about this just a couple of days ago, so you can go check it out for all my detailed opinions on that. Natasha B says, in 2023, it was era for sure. The word era? What about deconstructed desserts? Deconstructed also in fashion, huge term, but it's been used many decades now already. They know one Latin with a D, Latin. I was quoting Jennifer Saunders in AbFab. She always says, I love it when you speak the Latin. When you speak the Latin, darling. Speak the Latin. Speak the Latin to me. Yeah, rip quiet luxury, Kev. My father read a dictionary every day of his life. He could throw words out that would stop any smart person dead in their tracks. So he was like Moira Rose, basically. Safe space makes me want... Oh my God, Tori. Yeah. That was also very 2023. Safe space. Tori, you nailed it. That one was... and for me... As always, at least when it comes to YouTubers and people creating video content on social media, my pet peeve is without further ado. My eyeballs pop out and my nipple gets a diarrhea. I swear. It is... I cannot stand it. I'm like, just no. Do not say it. Do not say it. First, they blabber on for 10 minutes about like, oh, sorry, I haven't posted in a while. You guys, I know you've been waiting. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares, literally. Your video is called Sublimage Cream Review. And then you spend the first 10 minutes saying like, you've been busy. You couldn't post. You promised to post more in the future. Cut to the chase, honey. Cut to the chase. Now you blabber on about something nobody cares about for 10 minutes and then you go, but without further ado, girl, cut your video there, including the without further ado, and begin the actual video from that moment on, from after you said without further ado, and then you post the video. Ha! Oh my God, I can't. It's my pet peeve. Without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Oh my God. Oh, the shall we? Oh, that's another one of those YouTubers, the Disney guy. Oh my God. Follow me on this journey. Shall you? I'm like, oh, oh. I'm dreading the moment. Dreading. Ugh. But that's the one that escapes me from time to time. The shall we, sometimes I say it because, and I hate myself when I say it. I'm like, oh, why did I say it? Because I'm, Zeitgeist says, I loathe the words bruh, dude, and the like. I just can't. Yeah, and the bra is like bra. It's bro, bra without an H, with an H, with an O. I mean, oh, dude, I know. I just, but this is, I think gay people have a problem with this more than I think straight bros. They just like, come on, brother, help a brother out, blah blah. But like when you're going into the gay lingo, bruv, yeah, it doesn't glide on so smoothly, if you know what I mean. So Nancy says, Patricia, I read adult books like Papillon because the adults did not read children's or young adult book. What are we talking about? Oh, there's a parallel conversation going. That's okay. Caroline says, my pet peeves are middle-aged guys wearing their baseball caps backwards like some wannabe rapper completely does my head in. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of those. Kev says, yeah, I freeze whenever someone says that to me. Me too. Me too. I'm just going about my business. Want to buy my little sushi, little something, at Whole Foods. Have my moment, and then like, here you go, bro. And I literally go like, okay, okay. No. It isn't me. It isn't me. Tory Lane says, how about it's giving me? Well, I mean, yeah, but that's a thing that's kind of slang that's been utilized quite a bit. Like, so when you say, oh, it's giving this, it's giving, like I'm here with a crop and you're like, oh, it's giving Madonna's Confessions tour. Because she had the Hermes setup made by Gautier. Um, yeah, I'm okay with it because, but that's also terminology and slang utilized quite abundantly in gay culture at the moment. Could be used less. Vicen says, Jeffree Star saying "Let's go" sends me into a. You see, I stopped watching. I don't even know what he says anymore. Who's your bro? Grace. I'm not going to exactly. Steph says, I'm not going to lie. I don't mind a little backwards cap, a little dirt leg. Ah, I see. Well, eh. Corey says Jeffree Star saying anything sends me into a rage. You guys, we're so filthy. Grace Chen says, and recently I had someone say to me, so and so is my sister. Cringe. Oh, like, well, but sister depends like how you say sister. It can also mean like a gay friend, you know, the sister. Oh, she a sister. It's like saying like, oh, he gay. Oh my God, the Jolie, I hate that one. The math isn't mathing. And not even matching. The math isn't mathing. The give isn't giving. Da, 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 da. But it's I like to use it though. I hate it, but I like it. It's like it's a cringe that I can adapt to. Yeah, the math isn't mathing. Thank you for becoming a patron, Marlene Perez. No, yeah, that girl era, Natasha B. And Grace Chen is like, yeah, my sister. IYK. Corey K says, hi, everyone. Late again. Hi, Corey K. I'll replay the pets I've missed. Hoping you're recovering, Dacob. You look fabulous. Thank you. I am recovering. It's moving slowly. I'm apparently now I have anesthesia, or no, the gas from the operation shifted up here and it's like hurting like crazy. So I'm trying to get rid of that pain. But yay, you know, new pain every day and we figure it out and we try to work with it. Ms. Mangold, bruh? Okay, we'll go. Bro? Yeah, okay, we'll go. I'm doing girl dinner for a bit, but I think I'm fatter than ever. Wait, you've been doing girl dinner? What's a girl dinner? Vivienne says, I feel sometimes that YouTube is giving instructions and hints about certain topics and some of the minions YouTubers are following them. Like, there's lack of content to be inspired by, just saying. For sure. But, you know, that's kind of, unfortunately, a little bit the business of it all. You know, sometimes certain topics are trending and you got to jump on the trend if you want the algorithm to feed you more viewers. It's like you got to take one for the team from time to time. Dacob, what are your thoughts on Cillian Murphy in Peaky Blinders? No, what are we talking about? I would have to check. I did not understand a word of that said. I would have to Google that. I'm an engineer professor, says Ingrid. Hi, Ingrid. The math isn't mathing is my favorite phrase for my students. But that's the right context. Like, that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? That makes sense to me. Oh, just Joe. Girl dinner. Crackers and cheese or cereal. Oh, I love a girl dinner then. How did I miss someone named Shatara? Best cartoon. Thundercats. No, that's Cheetara, Corey. Oh my God. Corey. Not the Thundercats is Cheetara with a CH. Not Shatara. Daria says, I'm all about the girl dinner. Natasha says, girl dinner, it's not a dinner, but like a snack, like a cheese board. That's called girl dinner. Oh, I gotcha. Like a charcuterie moment. Damn it, my oldest show, it says Corey. I know my Thundercats. Kami Q, how's it going? What a treat. I wake up in the not fun Dacob la. Yay. Hey, Kami Q. Nancy says, Dacob, I didn't know you were sick until today. I'm thankful that you are able to be here, but I hope you take time to recover. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Yes, I had surgery 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. And then I was let out of the hospital, and now I'm recovering. Yeah, it was all very, you know, it wasn't expected. It came unexpected. Let's just put it that way. Sharma says, Dacob, girl dinner is a meal that's barely a meal, but it's what you eat when it's just you. In my case, when my husband is out of town and my kids aren't home, girl dinner is chips and pickles. Oh, I love that. You know what? I want to do girl dinner. Yeah, I love it. I love basically just a little bit of junk food, like eating snacks and calling snacks a meal, basically. I'm all about that. Love it. I love that for us. I just can't take seriously when someone says no homos. Oh my God, Evatrice, that is terrible. That one should be illegal. No homo. That one should be illegal. I find that despicable on so many levels. Girl math is my favorite, says Katana. Ms. Mangold says, my girl dinner is a little veuve clicquot and a straw, LMAO, with a side of cheese. Oh, look at that. You are fancy. Vivienne says, I agree, Patricia, but collabs are okay. But it feels like people are copying each other's content and lines. Oh, honey, don't we know it? Don't we know it? Don't we know it? David Anderson, I have been asking myself that same question. It's a difficult question. Is gay math different from girl math? I find it similar. But depending if we're talking about the math in terms of consuming inanimate objects, or if we're talking about the gay culture of dating a new person every 2 minutes, type of consuming living objects. So, you know what I mean? Corey Emerson says, my gay uncles just in unison said yes, they are different. Oh wait, you got gay uncles watching with you? Hi, gay uncles. Hey girls, how's it going? We'll go. Kev says, my girl dinner is chicken noodle soup with broccoli. Oh, wait. Chicken noodle soup with broccoli. What is rabe? Like ravanelli? Oh, you do? They are adorable? Well, send them my love, Corey. Nancy says, at our house, we call it fend for yourself. And we do it most of the time. I love that. It's like whatever's in the fridge. I'm doing girl dinner all next week in Madrid. Oh! Enjoy. Patricia says, it was frightening not knowing what happened to you until Patrick let us know. I was so worried everyone was. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Yeah, it was scary, but we made it through the wilderness, as they say. Patricia's like, they copied Dacob. Well, of course they copied Dacob. They know what's good. And you know what they're doing. So, it's all out in the open. Steph says, my girl dinner starts with something healthy, and then I have a girl decent snack, and then a girl nibble on something naughty. You're nibbling on something naughty, Steph.
Very sexy.
And then a girl unravels to a girl gorging of cookies, popcorn, and pizzalettes. Well, just a tip, says Kev. Now, I personally love to kind of, eat chips and salty stuff. Really, And then I would eat a pickle after that and say, this is to wash it down and to make it all more like diet friendly. I eat the junk food and then I eat a pickle because I think it's going to help digest, and the acidity, it kind of prevents the body from absorbing all the fats. Wishful thinking. But we do that from time to time, thinking that a pickle will preserve you. Daco, can you tell me a word that Italian language has but English doesn't?
Butter.
Butter. Wow, what do you mean? No Italian word is English. They're all different. What do you mean? Italian language has... Tell me a word? Like what are you talking about? Like la casa, for example. You don't say casa in English. But casa exists in English, but it's just in a... Oh, you mean like that, like bo. You need an H there. Grant Ramirez, B-O-H. Bo. Bo means like, what do I know? What do I care? I don't care. Who cares? Who gives a shit? That's bo. Bo means like, I don't know, whatever. So you say bo. But there's another word, choe. Choe. That's a typical one that's used a lot. And technically, it means that is, but it's utilized to focus a concentration on, for example, I'm describing something to you, and then I want to refine the description. Then I'm going to interrupt and say choe, and then I'm going to go more into detail. So like, so the house that I just visited yesterday was all blue, choe. It was light blue on the first floor. It was dark blue on the second floor. So that's kind of the instance where you would use choe. But choe is used all the time. And another one that's always used is allora. Allora means and then, but it's utilized in almost any circumstance, really. I don't know. You're getting ready with your friends to leave the house, and you're already all dressed up, but your friends are not. And then you're looking at them. You're at the door, fully dressed. You're looking at them. They're still not ready. And then you say allora, meaning like, come on. But you can say it. You can say allora in 1,000 different instances. Wugo. Right, Nancy? That's exactly what it is. I have learned so much from this channel. There you go, Shop Queen. Yes. It's fashion with intelligence. An Italian word that can't be translated into English.
Butter.
Butter. Yeah, like example, homesick doesn't exist in Spanish, but English has it. Homesick in Spanish. I think Spanish has a homesick concept. I would have to look it up. I think they do. Maybe it's more like an ancient Spanish version, more adjacent to Latin. Not so sure. Oh, Mason went to Maison, went to sleep. Good night, Maison. David says a Brittany pickle is good, full of fermented lactobacillus, like that yogurt that makes you chat. Oh my God. 5 Foot Nothing says I love that word. Oh, like yalla in Arabic. Yeah, something like that. I love languages so much. Fascinating. Says Patricia Ingrid, we use nostalgia. Duchess Marie, my favorite Italian word is andiamo, which means let's go. Exactly. But you can also say allora, implying to the person that you want to go. You're like, allora. And of course, the best thing Italians have that no American or no English speaker can have is the lack of words, but just the use of hands. And that's always going to remain Italy's #1 extra added to the language, really. You speak with your words. And you speak with your hands, not with words. Not just body language, but hand. Not the full body, but it's like... These are all Italian ways of communicating what I just said to you. It's like... there you go. Vicente says, in Spanish, it's nostálgico, but that would be nostalgic, right? Hubby said he don't know the word for homesick because Mexicans don't get homesick. Oh, T-Pal. Echo de menos a casa, says hubby. Yeah, porque te he echado de menos means I missed you. Corey says ASL. Seriously, all your hands. I picked that up when I lived there. Still do it now, says 5 Foot Nothing. Ma che cazzo stai a di? Ma sei fuori? He's like, are you crazy? Ma frega cazzo. This means I don't give a... This one also means, what the hell are you talking about? This means delicious. This means very tasty. So there you go. My favorite Italian word is the one that my nonna Emilia said to me when she adopted me years ago. Mangia. Hai capito? Devi mangiare. Mangia, bella. Zeitgeist asks, do I speak German? I dabble in many languages, so be careful what you write if you want to write in German. I will most luckily find a way to understand it. Gloria says, extrañar would be the word I would use. Really? For homesick? I don't think that's homesick. No, I don't think that means homesick. But I mean, maybe it does in some like a, I don't know, dialect form. So funny about the use of hands. I'm not Italian, but my mom always said, if I sat on my hands, I wouldn't be able to speak. Well, but some people are, some people are more physical than others. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Ramzea is asking me if I'm Hispanic. I come from planet Earth, or do I? And that's all you need to know, because I don't believe in separation and borders. It just separates us, you guys. No need to. Jolie says, going to Hamburger again in July. Should learn a few words, but I don't see it there. Oh, your iPad, clumsy thumbsy. You meant to say Hamburg. Okay. Diego Gold says, hi, Dacob. How do you speak so many? Well, I've been traveling my whole life and, yeah, been living in many different places, and it's, you learn. You live and you learn. And I'm very curious. I love to hear other people talk and their language and how certain concepts are conveyed in certain languages as opposed to other languages. Certain things are easier said in a certain language than in another language. Isn't that fascinating? Yes, Shani D, I am a vampire. You best believe you got it. Steph says, my favorite Italian word is pipistrello. Makes me laugh in a Beavis and Butthead way. Well, pipistrello means bat, you guys. But it's such a cute word. I love that word too, pipistrello. It's adorable, actually. It's a diminutive. Hey, Danny. How's it going, my love? Love DIY in the house. Nostalgia is commonly said for homesick. Hi, everyone. Nostalgias. Da, da, da. You know that song? David Anderson says, growing up, I had Argentinian next door neighbors, and I was always mesmerized hearing them shift between Spanish, English, Italian, and German so fluidly. Love polyglots like you, Dacob. Thank you, David. Huh. A lot of Germans escaped after the Second World War to Argentina. So if those Argentinians spoke German, they got a shady past, honey. Be careful. Just my opinion. The first phrase I learned in Spanish was dame la mano, because I was babysitting bilingual toddlers. Oh, it's so cute. It means give me your hand. Vincent says, I'm half Bulgarian and they use their hands in Bulgaria too. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I was sure it wasn't just an Italian thing, but Italians are very heavy on the hands. I tell my husband that you are the most intelligent, influential people on the tubes for me. Well, we try. We try to be, educational. I mean, at least if we're spending some time together, we throw some shade and we do the cheap stuff. But then sometimes we also deliver, from time to time, a little bit of, interesting information. Speaking of interesting information, I want to talk to you about a little something. Hold on a second. Did I just mess up my thing here? Hold on, you guys. Just inspecting, because I have this microphone here that is really... No. Okay. All good. So, I have a topic, but I also have an oily face.
Butter.
Exactly. Thank you, Pharrell. You always know what to say. Love you too. Danita. Nena. ¿Qué haces? Hmm? All right. Let's do this funny top. Well, actually, this is a really serious one. Aspirational shoppers, baby. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I have like hair everywhere. Like, what the? Oh. It just gets like long hair. Such high maintenance. So annoying. Okay. It all got stuck in the back. That's what she said. Oh, yay. Almost 300 likes. Thumb up the live stream, y'all. Thumb up the live stream. Okay. Listen, Linda. It's been confirmed, finally, what we have been saying all these years. There is no luxury without aspirational shoppers. There's this really interesting study that just came out and a really interesting article that just came out about the aspirational shopper and just how deep into the SHIT luxury brands really are, because they have allegedly been dismissive and dismissing aspirational clients and shoppers. They've been focusing on their 1%, snobbing the aspirational customer. Well, now some of the brands that are pushing that concept still forth might just be in deep, heap economical trouble sooner than later. Let's get to it. But first, subscribe to my channel before we get to the nitty-gritty. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dacob spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun and the chats. So yeah, exact. Gloria says, yeah, they all need us. So now, this is very interesting. Let me listen, Linda. We're going to touch base on the article. And you can find the article in fashionnetwork.com. Luxury labels, the article is entitled, Should Not Overlook Aspirational Consumers. You see, more and more media is picking up on this. We've been talking about this for, well, almost 2 years now. The aspirational customer. I even made merch, the aspirational merch. Go check out my merch on www.superdacob.com. Get yourself an aspirational t-shirt or something else and go to the Hermes boutique wearing it and see if the sales associates are in on the joke with y'all or not. Now, Dominique Mouret wrote it, and it was translated by Nicola Mira. Published on April 2nd, 2024, so it's a relatively new article. And they're talking about past decades in here. Now, there are some stats here that I'm going to have to read to you, but the luxury industry tapped the attraction that branded products exercise on aspirational consumers in the past decades. But labels now seem inclined to neglect this cluster, focusing instead on the highest end of the market spectrum and targeting the most affluent consumers. This means luxury labels are failing to take into account the rise of a new middle class, notably in Asia, to which they should instead pay close attention. Consumers whose profiles are much more varied and segmented than would appear at first sight, as shown by a recent study, here's the study, by McKenzie, presented by Zalando, and the Italian Fashion Chamber CNMI in Milan at the award ceremony for their Change Makers in Luxury Fashion program. The McKenzie study, this is really fascinating, you guys, because guess what? We're going to have sub-levels of aspirational customers. This is really, really interesting to hear also how these brands analyze the aspirational client, or any client really, like how we are just numbers for them. And it's very sobering, to say the least, to read these stats here. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Having said that, thumb up the video if you're enjoying it and subscribe. Helps the channel a whole lot. The McKenzie study focused on 7 key markets: USA, China, Italy, France, Germany, the UK, and Switzerland. And they found that aspirational luxury consumers, guess what? The aspirational luxury consumer has an abbreviation now. So we can start using that in the chats as well. ALCs, baby. We are the ALCs of the luxury world. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. Aspirational luxury customer, ALC. So they call us ALCs. They call us ALCs. We are literally ALCs to them. The ALCs are worth 273 billion euro and account, listen to this, according to the study, and account for 18% of the fashion market. But they account for 50% of the luxury brand's market value. The ALCs account for 50% of the luxury brand's market value. The study defined ALCs as consumers who buy at least one luxury product per year. Now I want to hear from my fellow ALCs in the chat, but also my fellow ALCs in the comment section down below. Is this true? According to this study, they defined ALCs as consumers who buy at least one luxury product per year, whether it be clothes, cosmetics, leather goods, jewelry, watches, or accessories, spending between 3,000 and 10,000 euro. Now, the study states that they are a complex but valuable cluster, according to Lena Sophie Roper, managing director of the designer department at Zalando, who noted that these consumers are constantly growing for the German e-tailer, as is their interest in buying high-end products. The study has identified five distinct consumer communities. Here's where I start getting real angry. Oh yes, the ALCs are now separated in 5 different communities. Are you ready, Ferret? We'll go. The first is called, oh my God, this is so cringe, you guys. Are you ready for this? This is so sad. This is so sad. The first is status seekers. The status seekers. People who are searching for social status and account for 39% of ALCs. Aged below 35, they spend an average 3,500 euro per year in luxury goods and are chiefly attracted by the brand name and the logo, which gives them recognition and a sense of belonging. And guess which country is the biggest victim to this? With accounting for 73% of the status seekers ALC market, China takes the cake. Chinese consumers account for 73% of the status seekers community, the remaining 32% being found in Europe, chiefly Switzerland and in the UK. Ha! What do you know? What do you know? Of course, the UK would have been on that status seeker list. Some of the most cringe luxury content creators are from the UK. And we're talking major cringe. A second cluster is labeled quality seekers and accounts for 26% of ALCs aged over 40. These consumers are active chiefly in Europe and in the USA. They spend exclusively on fashion, on average €3,000 per year, and 85% of them favor sustainable brands and products. Grace Chen says, here is me. And Jolie says, that's me. Interesting, huh? Grace Chen says, yeah, I have to say, some of us culturally look towards status-seeking purchasing as a means of climbing social ladders, right? That's the point. That's the point. Catalina says, oh my God, I'm in cluster number 2. Shiny D says, quality seekers. Okay, not over 40, but cool. I'll slid in for now. Well, Shani, hold your horses because let's see, because there's still three more clusters to go. 3. Yeah, I did 3. All right. Now, listen to the third one. Y'all, it just keeps getting worse. Okay. Number 3, socialite spenders. Okay. Socialite spenders are the third community, accounting for 24% of ALCs, and their average expenditure is the highest among aspirational consumers, equivalent to €5,375 per year. They are also the less loyal community. This I found interesting. So the socialite spenders spend round about $5,500, but they are less loyal since they spread their purchases among up to 8 different brands per year. They are mostly located in the USA and Europe. The socialite spender profile is the most consistent with the definition of aspirational consumer adopted by luxury brands themselves. 5 Foot Nothing says, that's not me, I'm reclusive. Catalina says, waiting for next cluster. Like, what's the next cluster? The trendy cluster, says T-Pal. Well, Shani says, well, I do spread the wealth. 2.5 LOL. Right? I want to say socialite spenders, but you see, like, I'm not, what do they call socialite spenders? They say they're not faithful, right? You know, their average expenditure highest among aspirational customer club per year. They are also less loyal community. They spread their purchase through up to 8 different brands a year. I'm very kind of loyal to the brands I buy from, so I stay loyal. Kev is like, how can you buy 8 items and keep it around 3,000? Well, this is 5,375. 5,000. So it's like €6. So it's around about $6,000. So you're buying 8 items for $6,000. Finally, we're going to get to the last 2 clusters. The 2 smallest clusters, thumb up this video while you're clustering away. We'll go. The 2 smallest clusters are labeled. The first one, so basically the 2 smallest clusters are like in one bubble, but they have compartments. So one is labeled Timeless Chic, accounting for 6% of ALCs and with an average annual expenditure of €4,500, and Mindful Minimalists, which is the fifth cluster, but the second part of this cluster. So Mindful Minimalists accounting for 4% of ALCs and with an average annual expenditure of €3,000. These two communities are mostly located in the USA and Europe. Timeless chic consumers are very loyal and prefer to buy in store. So, timeless chic consumers very loyal to the brand and they prefer to come in store rather than buy online. Mindful minimalists are more mature. Aged over 40, they buy often online and are interested in the functional aspects of luxury products. Daria says, timeless chic is me. Catalina Q says, not a minimalist. Okay, 5 Foot Nothing says, no, I'm a maximalist. Now, okay, so according to McKenzie, socialite spenders and status seekers. So if you fall into the socialite, spenders or status seekers, you are the most promising profile for luxury labels because these clusters are the most likely to morph into fully fledged luxury consumers. So they see you almost like they observe, they watch you as if you were something that they can breed, something that they can manipulate, indoctrinate into becoming something more of a spending cash cow for them. And this is brand marketing, you guys. This is what I've been telling you since years, how vicious brand marketing is. You are literally a thing that is made for milking for these brands. That's what brand marketing is all about. So, socialite spenders, status seekers are the most promising profiles for luxury labels because they are the most likely to morph into fully fledged luxury consumers. The other clusters, too, can potentially be attracted by luxury labels, provided the latter don't approach them with a single uniform strategy. So, labels need to deploy more nuanced strategies based on the profile of the consumers they want to reach, the retail channels they use, their country of provenance, and the product categories they are looking for. Said Gemma Dauria, the study's author. ALCs have largely contributed to the luxury sector's post-pandemic recovery, but their expenditure has since leveled off. Now that the economical crisis is also coming in and people have to go back to work and the lockdowns are over and you got to start living your life again and you got to start spending money on other things. You're going to stop overly spending on luxury products, right? So has since leveled off, hampered by a tough economic environment and growing geopolitical tensions. Yet, despite spending only occasionally, these consumers are important for the luxury industry, especially in markets like China, India, other Asian countries like Indonesia, and in certain Latin American and African nations where the number of middle-class consumers is growing. And here's the conclusion. If major labels will continue with their policies of significant price increases, often excessive when applied to products featuring little creativity, they could lose ground to the slew of new brands that have emerged in the last decade. Brands that are relying on higher quality products at more affordable prices, often sustainably manufactured by local artisans. Their products are acquiring an aura of authentic luxury, which might naturally attract aspirational consumers. In other words, dear luxury brands, and I was saying this since months now, yes, we love a Birkin, yes, we love a Kelly, but they're simple bags. Yes, you can claim that they're handmade, but their construction, once you've exercised it over and over and over again, it's a simple trapezoid bag. It doesn't even have a proper flap, really. Well, the Birkin doesn't. The Kelly has a mini flap, but the Birkin has a sewn-on extra flap. We love it. We love our Birkins. We love our Kellys. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying They're easy to copy. They've been around for decades and decades and decades. The counterfeit industry has had decades and decades of time to perfect their craft. So this article is, in other words, saying these luxury brands are counting a little bit too much on, they're relying too much on their heritage. The evolution is lacking in some cases, So you're not putting too much innovation in your new products, but you're demanding a lot of money for it, while at the same time, there are new emerging local artisans and people who are making stuff on their own, like locally, that maybe even source their raw materials sustainably, possibly, we don't know, that manufacture it in-house, so you get to see who actually made the piece you're buying. And this is for a much more affordable price as opposed to the mass-produced luxury goods from these heritage brands that we all know. And so this is becoming more attractive to consumers today. Luxury brands seem to be snobbing this entire substrate of new and emerging new businesses that put value, because they're still small businesses and they can still control the quality, right? They put a lot of value into the quality of their pieces. If their businesses grow over a certain extent and amount, then they're going to start losing their quality. That's kind of part of the game, capitalism. The more you grow and the less you get to control how good your quality is, and the more it's all about profits and the less it's about actually creating less, but making it last. Very Vivienne Westwood. Buy less, choose well, make it last. So the luxury brands seem to be, at the moment, not all luxury brands, but many luxury brands, seem to be underestimating two things. And this could be their ultimate and final demise. One thing, they're underestimating the aspirational customer, because they're treating the aspirational customer as if it doesn't matter. They're going to up their prices so high that the aspirational customer won't be able to afford their products anymore. Two, they're underestimating these new luxury brands that are emerging, grassroots movement style, and that are garnering more and more followers and people who trust them and believe them, want to purchase their products because, the customer just feels like there's great after sales care. You're talking to the person who actually made the product you purchased. And if you have an issue with the product, that person will fix it for you. There's a conversation that you can have. There is no wall between you and after sales care. Pardon me. You go to Chanel, with their 5-year warranty for their bags now, it's still not really working because, I've been through it. Okay, you take your leather bag, not small leather good. They're not going to give you 5-year warranty on the SLGs. The only SLG they're giving you a 5-year warranty on is the wallet on chain. All the other ones, forget about it. But for their bags, they give you a 5-year warranty, and then you have an issue with your bag, popped stitch, color transfer, the flap is wonky, some production mistake that they made, right? The first thing the sales associate tells you, oh yeah, you're bringing your bag back, right? And they're like, oh yes, well, you have a 5-year warranty, don't worry about it. That's a wall. They're making it sound like, oh great, you're protected. You're not protected because they're not giving you your money back. They're going to take that bag. They're not going to fix it then and there. They're going to send it off to God knows where. 6 months later, if you're lucky, 6 months later, they send the bag back. In my case, whenever I had to do that with Chanel, the bags always came back more damaged than they were when they were first sent off to the said repair. So in reality, you do not have a communication with the artisan when you're shopping at a place like Chanel, because you have this wall, which is the sales associate, that tells you the second you have an issue with your purchase, with your bag, they tell you, sure, you have the 5-year warranty. And they stop talking. They're like, take the bag, send it off. And they don't have a problem. They did not give you back your money. They still have your money. So the sales associate is not in trouble. They don't have to explain to any bosses anywhere, why did Chanel lose the money? No. Chanel has the money for your bag. Chanel also has your bag because they're sending it off for repairs. It's going to be gone for up to half a year, okay? And you have no communication with the art. You don't know what factory they're sending the bag to, what country they're sending the bag to. You know nothing. And then at a certain point, but they're making it look like you can track what's happening to your, because they generate like a code and a number, and then like you get to track where your piece is at, but it's not really, it's all an illusion, you guys. I mean, you have this like kind of which step of the way is your product in as it's being repaired, you know, like, look, we're guiding you through every step of the way. No, you're not. You're not telling me in which factory you're or whatever place you're repairing the bag. And why does it come back shittier than it was when I actually gave it to you to get it repaired in the first place? So it's an illusion. This 5-year warranty Twine Moi program. Seriously, the only time this program worked for me was with clothes. There they are impeccable because they have actually ladies, seamstresses who are working in the boutiques. And if you have an issue with your clothing or whatever, I had an issue with a silk bow, like a hair clip bow a couple of weeks ago, and stitch was loose. Lady, you know, they took it up to the seamstress, repaired everything by hand. I mean, impeccable. Their Chanel is really, but then again, Chanel is a fashion brand for clothing, or millinery used to be. Now they do not so many hats, but Chanel is not famous for its leather bags, okay? Period. I always keep repeating this to you guys. Chanel is about clothing, textiles, and costume jewelry for the most part. Perfumes as well, but bags, afterthought. Bags are an afterthought. I love the 255 bag, but it came much later in Coco Chanel's career. Much, much, much later. Decades later. In fact, it came in 1955, but Coco was already working at the beginning of the 1900s. So, you know, that's a lot of time till the first famous bag hit the market. So there's that. Luxury brands. Heed the warning. You're underestimating the aspirational customers, and you're underestimating the new brands popping up. You think you're so powerful and so big that no other new upcoming brand stands a chance against you. You are mistaken. And sometimes that full egotistical self-assurance that you are the best, there's no way that anybody could ever make your empire crumble. Well, it's exactly that blindness that usually causes the downfall of any empire. So be warned. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Thumb up this video and subscribe. Bye. Hi, Christina. Good morning. Hey, Alyssa in Wonderland. Good morning, Dacob. I'm glad you're feeling better. It's 6:23 over here. Just getting ready for the day with you by my side and the entire fashion bunker. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alyssa. Good morning, sweetie. Deb says, that's the reverse of Louis Vuitton. They didn't start with the clothes until the 80s, I think. That's why they just slapped their logo on all the clothes. Yeah. No, Deb. You know who started clothes at Louis Vuitton? It was Marc Jacobs. It was Marc Jacobs who started the clothing line. I mean, the female clothing line. It was Marc Jacobs. Yeah, he built the whole thing. You know. Kev says, I've been groomed. Oh, Kev, we all have. We all have. We've been groomed. With Chanel, with somebody said up there, I have a problem with Chanel jewelry. I mean, you have problems with Chanel costume jewelry? You got to know what to buy with Chanel costume jewelry. Javier says, I was shocked, right? I was shocked to find how easily it is to buy fake bags on something. They have a guy, you tell him what you want, and poof, in a few weeks you have it. And they post pictures too. It's insane. It's insane. For the classic pieces, especially because they've had decades to perfect it. Miss B says, it's such a nice way to get ready for bed. Love listening to you talk and teach us about fashion. Thank you, Miss B. Letty says, luxury brands sell an ideal of something unattainable nowadays, when back in the day, Coco and other pioneers were selling the seed to personal timeless style. Yeah, it's all become very elitist, snotty and very much the mean girls club. Like, you're not a part of this club because you can't afford it. Aw, poor you. And the brands are they're behaving in this bully way. It's the brands who are behaving in such a bully way. We all started as little ALCs. Oh, you best believe, Kev. Totally. We totally did. We totally did. And then, bam, look at us now. Look at us now. Some of us, hundreds of thousands of dollars later, total indoctrination. Others, tens of thousands of dollars later, total indoctrination. And even in some cases, just a couple $1,000s later, total indoctrination. Oh yeah, Deb, right? Very mean girls, they have it coming, you best believe. Patricia says the design houses have turned into heartless bullies. You know, it's the corporate side of things that really saddens everything, you know? It just makes everything bitter. It's not as satisfying to shop anymore because there's always that after flavor that you think, ugh, it just made another idiot even billionaire even more rich. You know what I mean? Kev says, can we make ALC pins for all the members? Oh, that would be amazing. White with a black text ALC. I mean, maybe if we can, if we ever get a new emoji, then we can do an ALC emoji. I know we already have the aspirational emoji with the hand, but we could also have the ALC. Wugo, you know. Oh, Patricia, you want them to be resin made by Chanel, of course. Once houses became acquired, it ruined luxury. Now it's all about stockholders. Yes, except don't forget, some companies are still privately owned. So this is one of the reasons why, despite all the negative aspects that Chanel has, I still love Chanel because it's still privately owned. So there's still pieces that they make that really, you see that they're made not really thinking about sales, but thinking about the heritage of the brand instead. There are still rare, but there are still pieces within Chanel that are focused on their heritage. And so this is something you can only do if you do not have shareholders holding onto your neck. Exactly. Lakamata says, I would enter the boutique saying, hi, I am ALC Cluster 3. I am cluster number 3. ALC cluster number 3. ALC cluster number 3. That's the one. Alyssa says, I ordered my Pave Serpenti ring on Sunday, just hours before the Bulgari price increase. It's supposed to be delivered today. My Easter present to myself. Oh, congratulations, sweetie. Nameless says, what do you think about Lina Chanel? Yeah, I don't think anything about her because, I mean, ever since she came at the helm of Chanel, things have become just worse, in my opinion. So I don't know what the memo was. I don't know if this was her idea or if the Vadheimers or somebody else told her, hey, honey, we want numbers to be like this. We want them to look like this. We want to limit stuff like this. And then maybe she's just executing orders. If she's just executing orders, you know what they say, don't shoot the messenger. But then again, she has power. She can also definitely say, hey guys, I don't think this is heading in the right direction. If she's not executing orders, but is rather inventing orders to be executed, then I would say she's doing a terrible job at Chanel, personally. So it all depends, like how much she is actually, you know what I mean, involved in the inception of certain economical strategies by the brand. I don't know how much, but although she is, what is she now? The president. Like she's like the highest position. She's like higher than Bruno Pavlovsky, I think even. I don't know, Letty. Would I stop buying Chanel if it was bought up by LVMH and became more mainstream? Well, it's very mainstream already. And I do buy Louis Vuitton. Although I stopped, you know, I haven't bought anything from Louis in the longest time. I think ever since, gosh, I don't know. What was the last thing I bought? I think it was last summer. Oh, well, it was for my birthday, I think. Yeah. So it was June of last year, and then I didn't buy anything since. I don't think so. I don't think I bought anything since then. But if Louis Vuitton, if LVMH were to take over Chanel, would I stop buying? I think it would depend on the quality that they would have. And also, I think it would depend on their pricing, because LVMH, would they go down with the price if they bought Chanel? I wonder. Really? Sylvan Bird says allegedly you could do ML with big brands. That explains why they don't care anymore. Allegedly. You mean for people who walk in and just want to pay in cash? I've heard those stories, yeah. But in some countries, like I don't think I don't think it's legal anymore to pay over a certain amount in cash. Like you have to have proof of provenance. So I don't know what the limits are. Nameless says, last question, Pinky Promise. When do you think Chanel will have another revolution moment in the fashion landscape? Not as long as Virginie Viard is at the helm. I mean, I like what she's doing. She's a historian. She's like preserving Chanel. You know, she's very costume designer. So her stuff for Chanel are very archival Chanel. Love that. You know, I love that really, because I'm also very conservative when it comes to Chanel. But it's not groundbreaking or revolutionary in any way, shape, or form. So she has to go first before we can see potentially a revolution. All depends who's going to come after her. Because if any, I can tell you this, if any of the designers that we currently have as options were to come at Chanel, it wouldn't be good. In my opinion, we don't have the right designer for Chanel yet. No. Yes, Natalie Dietz, certain luxury brands have lowered their prices. I've made several videos on this topic just in the past few weeks. We're seeing this trend happening now because they're not selling very well. They're secretly lowering the price overnight, you know. Not a sale, not with a crossed over old price, no. Just like a price increase just happens, right? There's also a trend of price decreases happening at the moment. You know, certain brands have already snuck in a couple of those hush-hush decreases. They don't want to tell you. They don't want to tell you because, you know, they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed. They think that ruins their reputation. Could you imagine? How, you know, no. It's terrible for their reputation, right? They think to admit that they had to lower a price. The poverty. Yeah, Alyssa, well, they did that in 2015. Chanel did lower the price of the small Timeless Classic double flap in 2015 because they were harmonizing their prices with China. And then they realized that the small was literally just like €100 away from the classic size. So they decreased the price for like €200 or €300. So it was like at a certain point, it went up to 4.2 and then they lowered it back to 3.9. I remember. Crystal says, and Chanel has another price increase coming in June. Are you sure about that? They just had a price increase now in March. And nobody cared. Like this last price increase, people are just like, okay, whatever. We weren't buying before the price increase. We're just going to keep not buying after. So Chanel can increase their prices again another 50 times this year. People are not buying anymore. It doesn't matter now. They can increase. Now it's come to a point where no matter how much they increase the price, it doesn't matter anymore. They've outpriced themselves out of the market. Now it feels like they're just hoping to get, you know, one person to buy the bag at $12,000 so that that one person that bought that one bag technically is paying them like a person that bought 4 bags 4 years ago, 5 years ago. You see? So now it's easy. They think it's easier for them to find one person than to find 4 people to buy the bags. But nobody cares. That's the whole thing. Like everything, it's way too expensive. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so now their maxi is $12,000. And so in June, with the next price increase, it's going to jump up to $13,000. It doesn't matter. At those levels, it doesn't matter anymore. If it's $12,000 or $13,000, you don't rush to Chanel to buy it before the price increase because you're not going to buy it before I'm not going to buy it for $12,000. So might as well cost $50,000. Because for me, already $12,000, unacceptable for the lack of quality that I personally deem their products of having or not having. So whether they, you know what I mean? A price increase now is irrelevant. They might as well just make them cost $50,000 all at once. It's the same as $12,000. Because you ain't got $12,000 to pay for the bag. You ain't going to have $50,000 either. It doesn't matter. Exactly, Kev. Chanel should just make a flap, cost $100K and be done with it. Period. Letty has been watching Gianfranco Ferré runway shows from the 90s and can't help but wonder, why are there so many similarities with Carl's designs? Is it me, or do you know something else, Dacob? Well, Gianfranco Ferré is an architect. Karl Lagerfeld was not an architect. Gianfranco Ferré, you should see how his sketches are. He would sketch lines, and then that would become a dress. I don't find their work similar, to be honest with you. So I'm not so sure what you're pointing at. Gianfranco Ferré's work for Dior was beautiful. I love Gianfranco Ferré at Dior. I don't know. Jacob, in 2008, during the recession, what did the big luxury companies do then? Did they increase prices like they are now? No, they did not. It was a different situation. There was less to no social media, however, back then. That contributed a lot to the prices now. Nobody cares anymore, right, Ellie? Javier says, wow. Crystal Chicone says, yes, I was told at the boutique when I went in to pick up my white maxi that the prices are going up again in June. Cha. Deb says, in 2008, it all went on sale. Those were the glory days. If you had any discretionary income, I have some of my best pieces from then. Well, the Chanel Classic bags did not go on sale in 2008, but other pieces did. Crystal says, I agree with you. The quality was not there, and the hardware was not even correct when I went in to pick up my bag. Oof, cha. True, there's a ratio of price to quality at a certain point. The item is just not worth it. Exactly. And we've come to that point where, to me, it's just not worth it anymore. So $12,000 or $50,000, it's the same. Because none of the two come in question for me, period. Well, that's that. But I'm still going to keep buying their costume jewelry because I love it. And their fine jewelry because I love that. And their sunglasses and their perfumes and their makeup and their creams because I love it. But their leather bags... and I'll buy clothes from time to time if something fits me. But their baglets, they can keep their bags. They can keep their bags in their stores. Super expensive so nobody can buy. They should just make a little museum and showcase their baglets in a museum. And, good for them. I'm happy for them. That's that. It's still just a friggin' handbag, right? 5 foot nothing. I completely agree with you. Oh, that classic sew necklace, so vintage looking, love it. Ah, yes, this little baby here. Love it to bits. Love it to bits. This is very Renaissance Chanel. Such a beauty. This little baby here. So, I love it. Is it worth the money to most people? Hell no. Absolutely not. For me, this is a great find. Great pièce. La pièce de résistance, right? Well, not really la pièce de résistance because there you go. It is what it is. I know it's like candy. I love the little Tyrian pink beads and the pearls. It looks like candy. It really does look like candy. I look at it sometimes like, oh, the colors, they're so pretty. Really, really beautiful. And the little stones as well. Love the rose quartz. Anyway, you guys, this has been our live stream. I want to thank the mods for helping us out today. Thank you so much. In particular, Gloria and Kev, who have been with us throughout this entire show. Hit it, Bubbles.
A special thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. Thanks to Debbie, Jesus, Creation, Nicole, Keds, and Gloria. Bubbles loves you.
Yes, Wugo comes next. I want to say hi, everybody. We're gonna, all of the new Tier 1 and Tier 2 members of today, don't forget to use your emojis. And we're gonna use the Wugo emoji next. And also for all the rewatch crew, if you're watching, I always forget to say it at the beginning of the show. But leave in the comment section down below, you know, the time code when a certain topic begins with a title. Comment that down below if you are in the rewatch crew, because that helps out a lot me to generate chapters later. Okay, thank you. We'll go. Hit it, Bubbles. We'll go. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. We'll go. And we're living ferret.
I'm living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
And then, of course, we also got the dying ferret. Yeah, we'll go. Because if we got the living ferret, you best believe we got the dying ferret. Hit it.
Dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret.
And actually also, where's Regina Camilla? Did you see Camilla? She went to the Easter process and she was wearing a Chanel Coco handle bag. Oh, the vulgarity. I'm like, you're a queen now. You're a British queen. You should be wearing, well, she doesn't want to wear the Queen's Lana bags, you know, because like they're British. But I'm like, wear a luxury bag that's made in Britain. You're going to wear the ratchetest Chanel bag, the Coco handle for Easter?
Chanel! Dorks at it!
Totally. Come on, Regina Camilla.
Why not Regina Camilla?
Baby Yoda, come here. Oh! Do you like Regina Camilla? Yeah, you do. You love her. Okay, yes. So basically you love the British aristocracy. Yes, you're all about that. So on your planet, were you like a king or something? No? Were you a prince? No? Were you a peasant? No? Were you...
Butter.
Oh, you were butter. Oh, yeah, you were butter. He was butter, baby. Cha, hit it.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao.
And just like that, he's smooth as butter. He flies through the fashion bunker, eats everything, poops everywhere. Butter. Butter. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream, which was a day earlier this time around because I got something to do tomorrow. So next time I see you will be on Saturday. Thank you for becoming a member. Please send fruit gummy. Member for 12 months, tier 2. It's my birthday at midnight. This live stream was a great little surprise. Also, my 1 year of being a member Love you guys so much. I love you too, Gummy. And happy, wait, so it's coming, birthday coming. So happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. And I'm going to see you all on Saturday, hopefully, if I'm healthy enough. And until then, have a wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy it. May it be springy, you know, in a good way, spring. May it bring you springful joy. All right? All right. All right. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Love you loads. Thumb up this live stream. Bye.